Yo, we should be live. Let's find out. Let's go. We're pulling things on. Yeah, where the boys at? Okay, let me share this bad boy around to the crew. Because I know a lot of people in the server were asking for it. Let's go. I know a lot of people were actually hyped to get me to give my takes on this wonderfully odd and crazy situation we have within the scaling, like the scaling community in general right now. So it's definitely looking weird. And today I have even a whack ass game in terms of dreary and dark. And so I figured Gears would be a great place to kind of start whenever it comes to discussing what's going on with this whole Seth swag kind of nightmare scenario that we kind of have going on right now. So it's pretty interesting stuff. If I'm being real, like this entire situation just makes the community look incredibly bad, like incredibly bad whenever it comes to pretty much everything going on right now. As somebody who's in this community, it's honestly kind of sad to see everything just falling apart in the manner that it is. So, I mean, it is what it is. Like, right? Like, what can you really do? But I mean, the most you really can do is just kind of sit back and watch these guys nuke themselves, and hope that people manage to get a little bit better whenever it comes to this. Because one of the major negatives about like the scaling community in general is pretty much just people being really shitty to one another and then using absolutely everything they can against each other to make them look bad, because then they have something to just like shit on them with. This is why you guys don't see me engage in a lot of content anymore whenever it comes to like debates and stuff like that. Because like what's really the point if these guys are going to actively like dox you or like actively try and like destroy you whenever you just disagree on a fictional universe? I think that stuff is kind of like really silly. And that's kind of what's promoted within that community, unfortunately. But I tell you what, let's roll over. I'm gonna see exactly what y'all are saying in chat. Yo, what's up? I got all sorts of homies hanging out in the chat. Yo, what's up, Jenny? What's up, Rockin'? What's up, Dark Rex? Yo, what's up, Gurren Lagann guy? What's up, a casual person? What's up, Jim Demon? But this is just honestly like the downside of the community in general, and what exactly is going on with it. This has been a problem for years, because notice a lot of what they're bringing up is actually content from like, I mean, years ago too. It's not even like it's brand new content or anything along those lines. This is, oh fuck, they showed up behind me. But like, this is something that has been an issue for, I mean, since 2018, since this community really kind of established itself as like a major community and as like a major mainstay to a lot of people. And if you're not like very active on Discord, you'll miss out on a lot of this for sure. But this is where the majority of this kind of content pops up. Now, for those who don't know, like, the majority of these arguments are essentially like, Clyde feels like a lot of negatives were dropped on him as a result of honestly, like, Seth being very suspect in a lot of different fields. Unfortunately, Seth is, to put it pretty frankly, he's like an asshole. I only ever had one like instance of communicating with him, and I will flat out tell you it was not a good one. Okay, the guy treats people pretty much like garbage, especially if he can't gain something from you. And a lot of Clyde's points were essentially that, right? Is that he just kind of treated Clyde like crap. And yes, he did help out. Like, of course, he's gonna look at it from his perspective of like helping Clyde out. Like, I'm not gonna deny that. He probably did help out Clyde at some points in time, but like, if you help somebody out and then you're like a complete a-hole to them, that doesn't really like make it better. And I watched the big old stream on Keemstar stuff today discussing like Seth's perspective on it and Clyde's perspective and stuff on it, but like really there was just no remorse going on with like Seth's end of things. And that's pretty unfortunate. If you don't show any level of remorse for just being like a complete scumbag to somebody, you're not really like putting yourself in the best light, right? If like somebody says, yo, you were an asshole to this guy, and you're like, haha, yeah, like, right? It's like, oh, well, like, come on, bro. Like, come on, bro. You gotta not be an asshole. Like, come on. Like, I need you to do better. And Seth didn't really do much to kind of help his case in that department. Now, the hot take I kind of have whenever it comes to this stuff is, look, there's a lot of stuff going on here. There could be a lot that's wrong, and there could be a lot that's wrong on both sides. We haven't really seen a lot of what Seth has to offer from things. I don't imagine he's going to have a heck of a lot, if I'm being 100% honest. Especially during that live stream, it seemed like the main goal of his was to just discredit the other people because they've done similar things. But like, at a certain point in time, you've just got to acknowledge, like, I mean, yeah, what you did was shitty. And I think a lot of people are just overlooking that. Like, there's a lot of blind bias towards either side right now. And it's kind of unfortunate because no matter how you choose to look at it, things are shitty. And Clyde did take money from him, but there's no excuse for like the shit Seth did. So like, I just wish a lot more people could like understand. Like, this should have been was a business arrangement, and it sure as hell didn't feel like a business arrangement. Clyde didn't think it was that way, or at least he thought it was at first, and then things clearly like led past that. But I don't know, man. At the end of the day, all this does is make the whole community look bad, and anybody who's a part of this community looks bad because everyone's arguing with each other like a bunch of like 5-year-old kids on Discord about it, and it leaked over into other communities and other like more prevalent aspects of like YouTube. I wouldn't defend anything Seth's done by any means. I mean, I'm sure, as we saw in the 5 seconds Noodle opened his mouth and Seth turned and blasted him, nobody's like 100% innocent here. But these guys they might be grown-ups, but they're all children trying to like fit that role, I guess, of like ultra debate lord, like badass. And unfortunately, like, it doesn't look good. I don't think there's any of, like, I don't think anybody looking this is like, oh yeah, this is like badass. Like, the most you're gonna get out of this looking good for anyone is like if you think ruining someone's career is good. And if you do, I mean, like, that's on you, right? Like, more power to you. But I mean, it's definitely not a W for anybody associated directly with this community in general. So I don't know. Hit me with the chats down low. What you guys thinking over here? Oh yeah, I've got that's like another thing. It's just everything is shitty in this situation, and the worst part is like this whole Naruto Ichigo meme that Seth just kind of like shit the bed on is like so unfortunate because he really just kind of fucked over the community. And if Clyde is to be honest here, if we really believe Clyde, it seems like Clyde is just kind of like really taking a dump on like the entire idea that he was like actively promoting and actively making this beneficial situation whenever it came to like the whole idea of completing that Ichigo versus Naruto animation. Now, that is a lot of just hearsay from him, and apparently he and Omar, I know in the long video he posted out, it was like 3 hours, he posted a bunch of different things discussing and proving in his eyes like that he wasn't very actively engaged whenever it comes to like doing anything on the animation. But like it definitely looks pretty bad. But you have to take a lot of this with like half truths, and unfortunately, it's like really tough to 100% tell what's 8 million% like canon with these guys, because everyone does have agendas and everyone is like problematic. But there are some pretty blatant accusations that look pretty weird and are really hard to defend. And even in that live stream, Seth would just come out and be like, "Yeah, I did it." And it's just like, wait, what? What do you mean? Like, I don't know if that's the W you think it is, Chief. Like, you need to, like, not only come out with this shit, but we need you to come out and, like, actually defend yourself versus, like, he turned on, like, the Ultra Debate Lord stuff, and the Ultra Debate Lord stuff doesn't work whenever you're defending yourself. We're not in court or anything like that, but we're essentially in a situation where if you say you've changed, but you're still like a hyper debate lord, like scumfuck, it's kind of hard to prove that you've changed whenever you're yelling at people and like freaking out in people in chat like immediately. I understand you're defending yourself. I understand you're going hard, but like, bro, you're kind of disproving yourself in real time. And like, oh my god. But to be fair, the strongest evidence they had was like, oh yeah, well you associate with people who do this too. And Clyde, like, I don't even know if that's enough to really get across kind of what you need to within that context of the situation. If somebody says, oh yeah, you murdered somebody, and then I say, no, you hang out with people who've done the same, it's like, well, fuck, if that's the case, you know, fuck that guy too, you know? Like, I'm not here to defend him, I'm here to accuse you of shit. And, dude, it's just so bad. It makes everyone look so bad in the community. So I'm gonna quote good old Jobbers and Goons and say, yo, if you're looking for a new home, come find me. Because that's pretty much all we got in this situation, man, is people really shitting the bed out there. And inevitably, this is going to sink careers. Like, maybe not 100%, but I know there's mass volumes of people like leaving specific specific characters whenever it comes to whenever it comes to the entire situation on everything going on with that. But like, it's just so sad to see everyone tear themselves apart, because honestly, Seth was just a shitty person, and he even admits that multiple times. He's just like, yeah, I'm kind of garbage, like, yeah, I'm pretty fucked up. And it's like, well, bro, you're kind of an asshole even in like the current day. Like, you can't really hide behind everything going on in the past, because yeah, you could have been a shitty person, but like, you're still a grown-ass man when this shit was happening. Like, you can't be saying like, oh, well, I was just a child whenever this was happening, and you're like 18, 19. It's like, bro, like, you are legally a man. This is America. Like, that's clearly, like, everybody sees you as a man. You can go grab shit. Like, come on, bro. Like, we all make stupid decisions. Like, I'll admit, I did some stupid ass shit when I was 18, but that was like, yo, I went out and I like drank too much, versus like, yo, I'm like ruining somebody's life intentionally, or like, I'm actively promoting characters like stick things up their ass for Discord mods. Like, imagine, like, I get in trouble with people all the time because my Discord is too strict, okay? Because I don't allow people to say fucking absolutely everything they want. I don't allow specific language on my channel, and I do that because I know what I think is moral and what I think is understandable. But apparently, people in that same age, like the 18, 19 range, just don't think that that's wrong. And it's like this hyper debate lord shit where everybody's answering things on there. Besides, like, I want to say honestly, like Clyde. Like, people were answering, but their answers were always like, well, I don't remember that, or I don't know. Like, and it could be true. Oh, fuck, I can't remember the exact details of what fucking Seth said, dude. Because there was a few times where he would say some shit, and he'd never flat out say or, like, deny anything. It would just be, like, this really ambiguous answer. And it's, like, this hyper debate lord terminology. It's like, if a lawyer was to give you advice in court, what to say and what not to say, like, that would be the kind of shit he'd be slinging as a response. And it would just be like, but why would you say that unless, like, unless you're guilty and you're trying to cover for yourself so hard? It hurts, bro. Seth really looked so weak inside the live stream, Keemstar's live stream, man. Like, he looked bad levels of weak, in my opinion, and it was really sad to kind of see that happen. I mean, it's traditional Seth content. I'm not gonna lie, he was kind of rolling up and he was kind of beating up on kids pretty hard whenever he did, or he had like some buddies come in that were being like really rough or like threw evidence at like certain characters, even made them cry on stream. But it's like, yo, like we're sitting here discussing about how like you go way too hard on people for what feels like no reason. Like, your beef here is with the Clyde, given I know like other people release their own content, but like, bro, you can't really say you've changed if that's the case. Like, bro, come on. Holy shit. This shit is just like so next gen, man. Like, I was in a call with like 8 trillion different fucking people, and it's just like, what the hell is happening, man? What the hell is happening, yo? Yo, I think I saw every major power scaler people I haven't heard of in years pop up inside this live stream, bro. It was crazy. But yo, let's see what's going on here. Let me check what's popping off inside the chat over here. You all are going crazy in chat for this drama content, dude. I swear to God, I hate this fucking drama content. But you know what? I'm here for it with y'all, okay? Yeah, okay. So I got my boy Jobber in the background. Yo, Jobber, let me know if you want on it. You can jump on and talk about it with me if you want. Yo, we got Emperor rolling up. Yeah, okay, so another thing, you know, Emperor brings this up. Yo, doxing, I don't know if you motherfuckers think this shit is cool or not, but doxing is never fucking cool, alright? I would never in a million years dox people for, like, anything they've done, okay? Doxing people is fucking unbelievable, and I know that there's a big problem in the power scaling community with people who enjoy doxing other people. That shit's gotta stop. Like, both people on Discord and people on in like the debate community or like the power scaling community, they think that shit's cute. I know it's a problem in a variety of like communities, but God, it's so bad in this community, dude. It's so bad. It's to the point to where people don't even want to show their face. And I've talked to some prominent YouTubers, like a lot of them are afraid to show their fucking face because these motherfuckers out here, A, think they'll make fun of them, or B, think they'll fucking dox them based on their fucking appearance because they can backwards trace that shit. That is the dumbest shit. And it is like the most ridiculous shit I've ever fucking seen. Like, God, this shit has got to stop, man. It is unbelievable. Okay, here we go. Oh, let's see. We got jobbers and goons hanging out. Oh, he wants to jump on? Yo, should I bring jobbers and goons on over here? I'll let the chat decide. I'm sure he's got some spicy takes. Oh my God, the crab people. Let's see here. What else we got saying in the chat? Yo, what's up, Metas? I didn't realize Metas was here. Let's go. Man, we got the whole crew. It's drama time, boys. Let's go. Let's talk about it. Yo, tell me what you think the worst allegation is in chat. Hit me with it. I want the spiciest allegation you guys can fucking have popping off in chat over here. Yo, what's up, Gravity Titan? Hit me with it. Yo, Jobbers and Goons is a pretty big YouTuber, man. He's different than JobberGodot. They both just got Jobber in the name. Let's see. That's my son. Yo, this chat is going ham, boys. Let's go. Yo, we got like 20 people in the stream talking about this shit. Yo, hit me with it. Hit me with the spiciest one. I'm still waiting on these spicy takes over here. Yeah, literally. It's not Morbin time. It's drama time, boys and girls. Oh, what game is this, Gravity Titan? You upset me, bro. This is Gears of War. This is the fire stuff. Oh, that's fucking death. A goddamn pillar fell in front of me. But okay, yeah. You know, I'll pull on jobbers. I'll pull on jobbers, and I'll throw an invite over here real quick to into anybody else. Yo, if any of my fellow Omni-Lanterns want to jump on, yo, let me know. But I'm hitting up goons now. This is wild, though, man. Like, I can't believe this drama is popping off as hard as it is. Like, every single one in their cat and dog are talking this shit right now. It's insane.
Yo.
Everyone, let me know if you can hear good old Dr. Goon over here. I do believe everyone should be able to, but I want to make sure. Yeah, I can, but yeah, like, I mean, give me your hot take. What do you think's going on with all this action, man? Hit me with what you got.
Alright, I'm gonna say the uncomfortable truth that no one has said yet. Well, you might have said this, actually. Actually, you might have said this, but...
Let's go.
The fucking power scaling community took a fucking L tonight.
Facts!
Like, all those times Comics Explained called power scalers weird. All those times... Comic Historian was like, yo, I don't fuck with power scalers. They do weird shit. All of a sudden, like, the godfather of power scaling. People might not want to admit it, but, like, fucking Death Battle is, like, the mainstream forefather. And then there is, like, Seth, who was, like, supposed to be the serious power scaler. And then... yeah, this just fucking, like, this setback fucking scaling rights. The scaling rights movement for like 10 years, dog.
It's true. Like, it makes everyone look fucking horrible in the community. And it sucks. As somebody who's in the community, I look at this and I'm just like, God damn, these motherfuckers are not reflective of all of us, dude. This shit's horrible.
Dude, it made everyone, like, feel, like, horrible. Like, everyone in the community is like, nah, this is probably the worst day in scaling history.
Facts! And you can't go anywhere without people talking about this shit, dude. People are freaking out, like, 24/7 about this content. Everywhere you go, it's like, oh my god, Seth or Clyde, Seth or Clyde. And it's just like, Jesus, man. I can't get away from this. Every server I'm in is got 17 people in it, and they're all live streaming this shit live, dude. It's like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, it's easily the messiest day in the community's history. There was no heroes. Like, there's just like, there's no winners. Like, who the fuck won today?
Yeah.
I mean, us, I guess. Stream's popping, but... like,
yeah, facts. I guess us who aren't directly associated might make something off it simply because we're covering it, but, like, we're still affected either way, because, like...
No, I know for a fact Comics Explained is rolling fat blunt right now.
Yeah, he is.
He's like, you stupid motherfuckers came at my Goku and comic scaling. Fuck you.
Yeah.
That boy Rob from Comics Explained is lit, son.
It's honestly just a fucking shame, man. It, like, oh God, the words can't describe it enough. There's all sorts of allegations popping off from what...
Hey, nah, I'll say this. People thought Coffee Shop had drama.
Facts.
Man, our shit was Mother Teresa, dog. Our shit was the, like...
True.
The fucking queen of peace. Like... Nah, this shit, I do want people to know, like... all this shit you're seeing, like... I used to get a lot of shit. People would be like, bro, why are you not in the debate community? Why don't you debate anymore? Why don't you hang around that shit? Are you scared? Like, are you scared to debate and stuff now? I'm like, no. Y'all will see one day.
I just don't want to deal with this shit over here. Like, these guys are over here doxing each other all the time, getting, like, each other's families involved. like, and talking to each other's girlfriends and trying to get their girlfriends to break up with them. Like, yo, this is not normal fucking people. Like, normal fucking people don't do this shit, okay? And like these guys wild out and doing like the most wild shit for what feels like like, bro, it's an online debate. Like, you're taking this shit way too fucking personal.
Yeah, Rob Core, Comics Explain, all them, they're fucking lit. They're like, this is our 9/11, bro. I don't know how else to say it. Like, cause what can you say? Like, oh no, dude, scalers aren't weird. Like, everybody that's major outside of the scaling community that's spoken on this literally said, wow, this scaling and fiction community seems weird as fuck. And it's like, damn, man. They're talking about me and they don't even know me.
Yeah.
Fuck.
It sucks to have somebody judge you simply because the famous people in your community are crazy as fuck. But unfortunately, that's where we're at. The biggest person in the community is, I mean, to be quite frank, if you believe anything Clyde says, and I mean, if you've had any personal experience with the guy's kind of a dick. Like, and that's just how it is. And I mean, we can't really do too much about it besides try and change it and bring in people who are less toxic, less crazy, and just willing to actually sit down and engage with one another. Like, I know a lot of the people throughout the years, like, I've had disagreements and shit with, but like, I'd never in a million years would have considered like doing half the shit that I even heard in any of those calls, like, about these guys. Like, this is crazy as could be for what feels like almost no reason.
Yeah, sorry, I couldn't hear you. I was doxing you. But getting back to this, like, fuck it, yeah, no, it's like I said, it's just gonna, like, I don't think, like, we can joke about it, we can say all this shit, like, but the people need to understand, like, as content creators, like, I looked at this and I was like, oh, the market for power scaling's fucked right now.
Yeah.
Like, people are just like, if you drop a power scaling video right now, people are gonna be like, oh, you scale? What about Seth?
What about Seth and fucking...
Hey,
yeah.
do you know...
Did you know him?
Hey,
yeah.
I know you knew that Seth guy. Yeah. Dude, I know you knew him. Like, I've gotten so much of that today.
Yeah, even me. I'm not even crazy big or anything like that, but I'm sitting here just listening to all these people nag me, like, in comment sections or on my Discord, or, like, every server I go to has, like, 8,000 fucking people in it discussing this shit right now. It's like... Yo, look, I just happened to discuss similar things to these people. It doesn't mean I'm in tight with these people.
You want to know... No, I'm going to say it. You want to know the spiciest take? They didn't get Seth for the biggest problem.
What's that?
His Star Wars scaling.
It is atrocious.
That shit is
so true.
Fucking criminal. That's the worst part. And no one had the fucking courage as a man on that show to fucking address that. Crazy.
You are not.
We did not see justice tonight. We did not see justice. Star Wars scaling from Seth was not addressed.
That shit was like a crime, to say the least, man. Like, cause he had he had characters so low that are like genuinely powerful. Like, that shit was just disgusting.
Yo, you want to hear a crazy fucking story? I'll give your chat a wild story. Actually, you know what?
Hit us with it.
I'm gonna take this rip before I say this because this is crazy.
Drama time with Lumos.
Like,
let's go.
This is the most ironic Seth story you guys have heard. All right, so give me a sec. Oh no.
Uh-oh, here we go. Ultimate drama time. W's in chat for the epic story we got coming in from Jobbers and Goons. Okay. Oh my god, these things are everywhere. Fuck the horde. This is so wild though, man. What a wild time to be on fucking, like, in the community, dude. To have this be like the main topic of discussion, dude. This is wild.
Alright, so wild story. Can you hear me?
Yeah, hit us with it.
Alright. So, Seth has I've known Seth for years. Since almost my inception of power scaling. That's how I met Chuck. But he consulted me on some of his Star Wars shit, right? But he wasn't really consulting me. You see, he went and he's like, yo, I want some scaling on this Star Wars shit. He's doing a tier list, right? I'm like, all right, maybe I'll work with him, do some Star Wars shit, get Star Wars on the map, whatever. So that is a fucking scary start. I haven't talked to Seth. I've talked to Seth maybe last 4 or 5 years, like 2 or 3 times. So in terms of like active interaction, I have him blocked actually because of this story. Okay, so it gets crazy, right?
Uh-oh, let's go.
So I start talking to him about Star Wars, right? And you know me, I'm the go to this Star Wars shit. Like, people can say what they want about how I present stuff on my channel and stuff like that, but I'm regarded as one of the top dogs in terms of Star Wars knowledge and presenting, right? Like, that it just is what it is. Like, that's put a lot of work into Star Wars and shit.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It is what it is. Yeah. So he was consulting with me about this shit. I'm talking to him, and then he, like, a couple days later, hits me up. He's like, "Hey, I can't give you any credit in the video or anything like that." I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm like not gonna use anything you use." I was like, "Why?" So fucking random. I was like, "Why?" And he was like, well, there's like a couple dudes I'm working with, and like, they say you're kind of an asshole, and like the way you present stuff, you're kind of like hard to work with and stuff like that. So like, I just don't want any drama because they said like they don't get along with you, and like, I don't know, I just don't want drama. I was like, all right, that's fucking weird. Well, let's see how your Star Wars shit turns out. Turns out to be one of the worst lists we have ever seen in our lives. CBR level list. Not only that, the audacity for him to say a couple of his friends thought I was kind of hard to work with. Whoa, did that age bad? Whoa. So yeah, like.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's crazy as hell. Because I remember, like, I had a Quest for the Golden Lantern title a while back, and it was like, what's one of the worst scaling videos you can find? And that one alone almost won. Like, in terms of how horrendously bad it was, dude. That's on some like next level stuff, dude. But it's funny him saying, "Yo, hard to work with," especially as everything else comes to light. Which honestly should be in that same era.
I will preface with this. I am a menace in the Star Wars community. I've slayed many a foe. I've body slammed plenty of like prominent Star Wars people, because a lot of times the people in like the Star Wars community can't scale for shit. So it's not like it was a hard takeover for me. I'm not going to gas myself up. Community is not the craziest thing you've ever seen. Yeah, but so, like, I wasn't surprised someone in the Star Wars community was like, man, isn't that the guy that shit on Comic Vine? Like, we don't want to talk to him because Comic Vine's most of their information. So, saw this coming, but yeah, no, obviously, this is just like, I'll say this too. Why the fuck did they go on, like, why did Seth decide to go on Keemstar? Who told him that was a good idea? That was
not a good idea. That was stupid.
Who called the play? Someone fire the head coach.
I think that's it. I don't think he really has anybody like doing that. I mean, he's just kind of like, he just thinks that, I don't know, maybe just like high on his own supply. He thinks that because he was considered a good debater for so long, like,
and it's so true. It's so true when you said this. Like, you brought up, he was kind of talking about like debate lord shit, or talking like a debater.
Yeah.
Keemstar's not a debater. He's a drama guy.
Yeah.
He doesn't give a fuck about your semantics. He's gonna say, look, motherfucker, can you prove this or that? Oh, you can't? Okay, I don't really care about the argument you're trying to make. I just want to know what you have.
Yeah.
And so, like, being put in that environment,
Held to the flame, yeah.
well, all of them up there were kind of like debaters, I think, from what I
Yeah,
saw.
for the most
So
part,
it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
they all kind of suffered like from it because they had like very debate answers. And like regardless of that's instinct or regardless of that being right or wrong, it makes you look like you're on some debate lord shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you're wiggling your way out of something. That's just the optics. So to do that on Keemstar, I'm like, this is fucked for the community. Now I gotta stick with my comic book reviews and fucking what ifs. I can't scale for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, because
This shit is
nothing but this, man. Yo.
Bro, the power scaling community made it on Keemstar, bro.
Yeah, like that's so crazy. Like I was just
we
like,
made history for all the wrong reasons. We're the fucking South. We're the Confederacy in this fucking YouTube scenario. Like, I'm sure there was a couple cool Confederates, but unfortunately, we're stuck behind a flag that is no bueno right now.
It just...
Like, Jesus.
I couldn't believe... Like, at first I just thought it was drama. I was like, oh, okay, well, you know, we're both power scales, so we kind of have some overlap. And then I woke up this morning, I was heading to work, and I was like, yo, why... Are they really on Keemstar right now? Like, is that happening? Am I that crazy?
That shit was on while I was at work.
What? Yeah, it was on all fucking day. It was like 8 hours.
Yeah.
Like, what is even happening? It's so wild, dude. Like, but yeah, they should have never gone on.
I'm gonna tell you where. I'm gonna tell you why we up though. All those times the Dragon Ball community and scaling came at me, and I told them they were fucking weird. My vindication, dog. Look what y'all did to the rest of us. Look what the Dragon Ball scaling community has done to the power scaling community.
Like, nobody wins in these situations, but, like, I don't know. Some people just think it's a W to shit on other people for some reason. And, like, go out of the way
let's
to...
say you're the guy that...
Bad, like,
let's say you're the guy to take down someone big. And this is why this shit is tricky, right? Like, this is why, like, me in the coffee shop, when we were talking about, like, working together and stuff, we're like, yo, we avoid shit like this. Like, if anything goes south, we'll take care of it eternally. But, like, this kind of shit's crazy. Like, like, the power scaling community has always had, like, allegations of being wild, and rightfully so. And this is, like, an easy out for people to just say,
I don't want to be involved with that. Yeah.
And that could hurt us and, like, viewers and shit.
True.
Like, this shit's so bad, I had to think about, like, my content for the next couple weeks. It's horrible.
It's so common that it sucks that you've got to, like, preface to people, like, oh yeah, I'm a power scaling, or like, hey, I talk about this shit, but I'm not crazy. Like, that being one of the one of the things you have to do is, like, fucking crazy to me.
Like, look here, if you, let's say you're one of the people that takes down a big dog, right? This is why it's problematic. If you take down the big dog, now you're just forever associated as, yo, that's the person that took down that.
You're that
big
guy
dog.
now. Yeah.
You're that. Yeah, you're that. If you're the big dog that gets taken down, you're the big dog that gets taken down. Like, everyone is branded for life because of this.
Yeah, and, like, if you do something shitty, like, yeah, I mean, I think calling people out for being shitty is okay, but, like, Jesus, man, this is so wild. Like, making a huge deal out of it, like the whole Keemstar thing, that was just a bad idea for everyone, right? And I think originally that was, like, Clyde and friends thinking that would be like,
hey, let me tell you what, bro.
But, like,
I would have been fucked. I would have been fucked if I was called to testify today, because I heard this Chuck got brought up a couple times, and everyone knows that's my dog. So I was like, fuck, if they bring me in, look, I would have been done because I would have just cut a promo. I would have been like, yo, it's your boy, Jobbers and Goons. This is a PR nightmare. We're never going to be here on my channel. I'll see y'all soon. Stay black. Peace. And I would have dipped. And they would have been like, what the fuck? I would have had Keemstar shook.
All I know is...
He would have been like, oh my god, this community is terrible.
if you try to drag me on for some shit like that, like nobody's winning in that situation, and I think that's what a lot of people don't understand. Is like, yo, that's a drama channel. The only thing you're gonna get from there is drama, okay? Like that guy is fishing for drama too. I don't know why they were surprised whenever like Seth was gonna jump up and like make that shit happen. Whenever he called on Seth,
I
like,
will.
well, I didn't call on here to talk to Seth.
Like, I've like, as someone who's like known Seth like before, I was shocked he went on Keemstar.
Yeah, I kind of got the vibe he didn't
Like,
want to at first.
approach.
And then it just kind of happened as time went on. As he realized they were just like drawing on like a ton of different people. So it was pretty surprising. I'll give him that. He at least showed up and he at least argued his points, kind of at times. So.
Metas said he was in the video.
Metas, were you in the video? What? I gotta see this. Hold on.
Nah, I don't think he was. I think he's capping.
Let's go. Meta's in the video. Let's go. I don't know. Meta's a pretty big YouTuber.
Hey,
I wouldn't be surprised
is...
he was dragged into it. He's in the anime power scaling crowd. I don't know. He's
but this
like
is like just goes to show why I told people. I was like, hey, don't fuck with that community. Yo, Lumos. What did I tell you from day one? I was like, we got to grow our own shit. I was like, we got to grow our own community because the shit they do over there is crazy. We got to be a new wave. Like,
I'm 100% with you on that one. I spent a very small amount of time inside servers involving those people, and anybody who knows me, especially like on my Discord, I don't really tolerate a lot of disrespect or any like really stupid shit like that. And yo, that shit was fucking stupid. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I was like, yo, if you're just gonna treat people like this, then like I don't have to be here. And I think a lot of people get caught up, especially younger people get caught up in these circles where they think they have to be, or there's like some level of importance being with somebody who's really large like that, but who is also disrespectful. I said, yo, fuck that shit. You don't have to be there. Fuck those guys. Like, you don't have to associate with these crazy motherfuckers who are just gonna treat you like garbage. Go find genuine communities that are actually good. Not that I'm promoting my own community or anything like that, which I definitely am. But anywhere is better than somewhere where you'll just be treated like garbage.
Dude, I cut a fucking promo in my community tab. I was like, yo, to the thousands of Seth fans leaving, I make daily content, nothing but bangers. Tune the fuck in.
True.
Like, I had to cut the promo, dog.
Anybody who feels like they're being mistreated in whatever community, you know, even if it's mine, though I very heavily doubt that would be the case, because I'm very protective over my people. Like, just leave. Just find somewhere better. There's always someone or someone else who can mess with shit better. If you're
or here's something. Take a break.
A break from Discord. Holy shit, dude. If you surround yourself,
just don't talk to that person. You're like, yeah, especially if you like, okay, like me and Lumos had weird differences, right? But we just like didn't talk. That was kind of like it. We definitely didn't like do some crazy shit, and then we eventually linked up when it was like a good time to talk, and it's good. We figured it out. So it's like that's a real simple solution that unfortunately this community is anything but simple, so they'll never have simple solutions. Our solutions come through Keemstar now.
Literally, that's the sad part. Is we're reaching out to Keemstar as like some arbiter of truth within.
Dude, our community is a fucking meme right now.
Yeah.
Is this what the furries feel like all the time?
Well, it's hard not to look like a meme whenever like these are the advocates for this entire like community. Like these are the biggest guys. And they're all like running around and like looking like goons, like goons or trolls on like Keemstar. Like that's definitely not the kind of people I want inside or like leading and heralding the community for us. Like that shit is so brutal, man. Like holy fuck. But yeah, it's just wild, man. It is crazy. I can't believe this.
Yeah, it's definitely. I tell you what, it's fucking opened the door for me to go for the throne, dog. On the scaling community.
For all of us, let's go.
Upset City, the jobbers and goons race begins here.
Hey.
It's like, bro, the Dragon Ball scaling community died. They died today.
True.
That was my only opposition. Those are the only motherfuckers left that didn't believe in me.
Well, I mean, if all these people want to act crazy and treat their people like shit, then you know what? These people don't deserve, don't really deserve, the fans that they're getting. And, I mean,
Bro,
Seth
you know
even
what?
came out and said they were shit. Like, holy fuck.
Oh, I'm gonna have to mute and take a minute, because I just realized something.
Uh-oh. Hit me with
All
it.
the fucking reactors are gonna start reacting to this bullshit.
Yeah, that'll be the next 2 weeks, like you were saying earlier, of just people sitting back and doing nothing but reacting to, oh my god, I can't believe he said it, or whatever the case may be.
God damn it.
That's gonna be my YouTube feed for the next 2 weeks of, I finally watched the drama, yo, I'm finally caught up. Yeah, I'm definitely not looking forward to that entire situation, but I mean, it is what it is. I mean, what can you really say? I'm just happy that someone who's not getting that level of, or somebody who was really popular like that is kind of, they really are abusive, then fuck them. Like, they need to lose all their shit, and I doubt he'll die out 100%. He'll always have a fan base, but it'll be curious to see kind of what the future kind of holds for a lot of the different people running around, if I'm being 100% honest. It's just a wild time for the community, man.
Yeah, like I had predicted this for a decent amount of time. Like, people like Lumos can vouch. Like, I've told him, like, this is how this shit's gonna implode. I didn't predict Keemstar.
Yeah, I don't think anybody could have predicted Keemstar.
Everything else I was accurate on. So, like, it still doesn't make it any less fucking nuts when it happens.
It was definitely a crazy time.
That's what I'm saying. Like, people are already reacting to this shit. We're reacting to this shit. Because we're not supposed to be here.
Fact.
This was not supposed to be my fucking
shit.
Wednesday night.
I didn't want to do this fucking shit. I hate this shit. I ain't gonna lie. But, you know what? It was popular as fucking. Everyone was running around begging for this shit, dude. I swear to God.
I will say, like, in the long run, it does help people like us who are, like, just putting in the work in the power scaling community, and when they go look at us, they're like, oh, besides, like, the funny videos I used to do back in the day on, like, Comic Vine and stuff, like, we're pretty unproblematic and unserious. So.
Yeah, fuck, dude, this is so wild. For those who are asking, yo, what's going on, there's been all sorts of crazy drama. I don't know how you missed it, but there's been all sorts of crazy drama going on with, Seth as well as Clyde, all sorts of allegations being thrown around between a variety of people. Definitely check out one of their videos on it, but it's just over fucking all sorts of shit. It's drama that managed to make it onto Keemstar, of all places. So that should give you an idea of how fucking wild the situation is. But yeah, man, it's just it's crazy as could be. Yeah, ongoing meme in the server right now, as Casual put it over there. It's just Anakin and Obi-Wan. You turned her against me. You have done that yourself. Like, literally being ran down into the ground, man. Because it's just so much he said, she said, and I have more proof. Well, yeah. Well, you do the same thing. Like, it's just so wild. It's so crazy in terms of where we're at. Oh no. But yeah, like I don't know, man. It's crazy as could be. It's wild as could be. I unfortunately had to listen to this content for way too long today, and I'm hoping that at least in a week or so that this will be over. But I know that we are not that lucky whenever it comes to this situation and all this drama. Tell us your thoughts down low in the comment section, guys, of who you think what's going on. or like what do you think's going on? Who you think's in the right? And all that fun jazz. Because it is, man, it's a wild ride. Yeah, it's just like it seems like every 2 seconds on that Keemstar chat, dude. It was like they were calling in somebody else, some old member of the community, or somebody who had passed along the way and just talked to one of them, and they're using it as like a source of evidence. Man, that was just wild. It's like every 2 seconds. It was
it's like, wild. Oh. It's fucked because like I knew some of the people.
Yeah.
And I'm like, great. Now we all look like jackasses.
Yeah. That's like the thing, dude. It's just like, I swear, it was their intent to make sure that shit was like not limited to only the 2 people involved. It was like, yo, let's see how many people we can get involved in this situation.
That's the problem with the community too. Like, when it's going to escalate is we have a lot of people that are just simply put like scorched earth personalities. Like, fuck all y'all. I'll just like freeze this shit. Like, I'll just destroy the planet because I lost.
It's sad too because like, I'm sure half of these people didn't want to be involved with this shit at all, but they just kept dragging them in and kept dragging them in. And like at a certain point, like we kept bringing up Seth stuff, but halfway through that stream, like fucking 4.5 hours in, we just forgot about Clyde, and then it wasn't even about Clyde anymore. It was literally just about like, you suck. No, you suck. No, your friends are worse. No, your friends are worse. Well, I have evidence your friends are garbage. Well, yeah, well your friends are garbage. I was like, holy shit, bro. Yo, grown ass men, but it sure sounds like a fucking kindergarten over here. Holy shit.
Yo, I swear to God, this how wild that fucking Keemstar shit was. This how bad it was, right? I was doing something, so I tuned in for a few seconds. I hear, you're so abusive, like, you're very abusive. There's evidence, like, shit like that, right? And then, I swear to God, come back, like 3 minutes, 5 minutes later. Tuning in for a few seconds. All I hear is, I'm pro BLM. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
What's that got to do with anything?
Like, God damn. Yeah, I just had I was like, this is a wild fucking
They were
ride,
just
man.
juggling everything they possibly could to make themselves look good, and everyone else bad, or their friends bad, or whatever the case may be. And no one walked out of that stream as a W. Like, I mean, it's just unfortunate. I can't believe this is where we're at. It's so just disturbing. Who do you think came out unscathed out of that chat? Tell us down low.
Chuck.
I mean, fuck, I don't even know if I can say that.
Shout out to Chuck avoiding that stream.
Yeah, that was probably a very intelligent decision. The fucking Seth was trying to throw Chuck under the bus super hard during that stream, dude. Holy shit.
Yeah, fuck that.
That shit was fucking low. He was like, oh, I didn't do anything with that. That was all Chuck. And it's like, oh.
Dude,
everybody
Lumos
else says
has
that's not
been
the case.
around Chuck. Like, Lumos has, deadass. Like, Lumos has been around Chuck, and he's not biased to Chuck, right?
No,
like,
yeah.
Doesn't know him like that. He'll tell you, like, Chuck's the nicest fucking guy.
Yeah, like, I haven't experienced anything comparable with Chuck that I have heard in that entire chat. Scaling wise, like I mean, we don't agree on everything or anything like that, but there's like I've never been around Chuck and like wanted to. That whole situation is just so extra, man. Holy shit! Like words don't even describe everything going on there. Jesus, man, that was just an experience.
Yeah, I work with Chuck a lot. Like, that's my friend. That's my boy.
And everyone just looks so bad. It looks so bad for everyone. Can the community survive? That's the real question. Can either of their communities survive?
Change.
I think, yeah, things will definitely change. I think that
since we've gone viral, the community's just got to be different.
I think we gotta stop acting like fucking crazy people, man. Okay, like you gotta stop.
Seth is trending on Twitter now.
Oh my god, no, no. This is what we don't want to be trending for. Having some level of decent conversation. I don't know, treating each other like humans and just creating fun content that people actually want to talk about. That's the kind of shit that would be dope to actually have trending on Twitter, or at least just having like a genuine discussion, a genuine disagreement with one another, and pushing each other's ideologies of what's right and wrong. I could even back that, dude, but yeah, this was just like on a whole nother level of not what I want to be known for, or community-wise. But yeah, it's...
You know what? You want to get so mad people in here? You ready to get fucking crazy? Hold on.
Let's go. Hit us with it.
I'm about to drop this in my community tab and be like, I'm talking about the current... I'm speaking on current events.
Yeah, let's see here. I'm gonna pop it over. I'm gonna pop over here and see what's up.
Speaking on current events. Let's see if people come over here.
I mean, I hope so, man. Be dope to have more people run by the stream. This shit's getting wild as could be. Obviously, this is like a huge trending thing. I think there's too many people who just create these echo chambers of people, especially like in Discords. And the more toxic the person who kind of leads that echo chamber, the crazier that shit gets, man. Until like nobody really checks the person at the top because everybody's just in line with that shit. And I think Seth did that shit for way too long. It's wildin', man. There was gonna be a certain point in time where he had a reality check, and I'm happy. I guess I'm not happy, but like it was gonna happen eventually, and so I mean, here we are. Like it is what it is at this point.
Losing 16K subs in just one day is nuts, man.
Could you imagine, bro?
Dude, he lost the whole Jobbers and Goons in one day. I only have 20K subs.
Yeah, that's why I said it's
he
like
lost
7
the whole
my
channel.
It's like, whoa.
That's fucked.
That's just crazy, man. It's so much. The Empire is dying. Rome is dying.
How did this
boys.
all start? So they basically hit Seth with a fucking great wall of allegations. Like,
yeah.
It wasn't like one specific area. They hit him in like 8, 9 different areas, and just
it was a few people.
There were so many things they were speaking on. They were so many like avenues they were going down with it that like even Keemstar picked up on it.
Well, it's kind of hard not to. You just hear all this crazy stuff going on. You know, we already have stuff trending pretty hardcore. I'm sure there was certain people that reached out to make sure that this would really go hard, because I know a few people in that.
Yo, in India, check this out. In India, it's at the top of the search results in Google. I don't know if it's like that for the rest of America.
That's wild. It's, dude, it's just fucking so whack. How in the hell are we here? I'm happy we're at a place where, I don't know, toxicity is finally getting called out, but like, God, it's so damaging to everyone's reputation, not just an individual, but like fucking everyone's reputation. But to have put yourself in such a negative spot, and like the thing that confuses me is I really don't understand what he was trying to gain out of all of this shit. If you have a bunch of people working for you and shit like that, like, and producing so much content for you, why would you just go out of your way to do nothing but shit on these people? Like, well, I don't see like the positive or like what they have to gain within that situation at all. Like it just doesn't make any sense to me. Like what was it for though?
It's weird, like, it's kind of like just the logical, don't bite the hand that feeds you. For those that, like, haven't seen everything, he's basically accused of, like, biting every hand and stuff. And what I thought was most damaging for him, that's like, in my opinion, going to have a longer term impact on him, is there's a lot of talk of doesn't do his own videos.
Yeah. That'll be far more damaging as time goes on if he genuinely can't produce his own content. Because if he can't, his channel is effectively dead unless he pays somebody else to do it. And with how hot of a topic he is right now, I don't know how big that list is going to be.
Dude, what would you have done if you heard like mid Keemstar stream, Mr. Evaluator's voice slowly enter the chat and start condemning Seth to hell?
Holy shit, dude. That would have been, honestly, that might have been the funniest thing ever, but then I would be convinced from that point on this was like an actual troll. Like they were actually trolling the whole time.
Nah,
if
that's
involved,
big
yeah,
Mr. Evaluator.
Yeah, facts. The greatest
Yeah,
sailor of all
Mr.
time.
Evaluator almost had you on Keemstar.
Yeah, true. I mean, go watch the videos on that shit, bro. I might as well have been. I felt
what a
like
plug.
I was. But like, I don't know, man. That whole situation is just so insane, dude. Fuck, did it? You know,
here's another thing too. It's not over because Seth said on the stream he's making
a
videos.
video. Yeah, so you know down the way he's gonna have it. Now,
fuck, man,
it's gonna be
end here.
It's gonna be curious to see how he makes those videos, but it's gonna be. I really look forward to see if he's actually going to defend himself or whether it's just gonna be oh yeah, but look at how bad they are, and because like if that's all it is, he's gonna look incredibly weak. Like, incredibly weak. Because if there was one thing that his Clyde's videos were good at, he was good at, like, he had a bunch of shit all together. Like, it was put together really well. I mean, you can argue.
Dude, like, imagine. Yeah, I don't want this to come across as sympathizing in any way. All right? But imagine waking up and someone dropped 4 hours of fucking videos on them. Because it was like almost 3 hours for the first Clyde. Noodles had like, I think, an hour-long video on it.
And he had another
and he
hour
was on
and
the
a half.
Keemstar shit. Yeah, and then you had the animation one, which, dude, I was so vocal of how that was going to be fucked. Like, you remember when I told you, like, after this shit, like, well, no, not after this shit, but like, when word got out, it was canceled from a stream. I was like, dude, he's fucked. Like, he's like first of all, I dropped an animated project before him. Who's really up? Who's really the GOAT?
Like,
but he was supposed to drop that like a decade ago, dog.
Like, the thing that triggers me on that one is that, like, when it did come out, he just called everyone, like, stupid for ever having gave him money for it. And like, lol, it's not gonna happen. Like, what do you mean? Everyone's been waiting for this shit since like 1906, and then you just say they're stupid for giving you money, and you like kind of memed out on it. You just kind of like Michael Jackson moonwalked out. Like that's such a bad way to have handled that situation. I don't know how you possibly could have handled it worse. Like, lol, I showed people stuff. I just left. Like, that's essentially what he said during that. I was like, well, I'm not associated with them anymore. I just left. And it's like, what do you mean? Like, come on, bro. Like, you gotta have more than that. Like, if you don't, it looks really bad. Like, even if all of that is 100% true, like, you could still be criticized for how stupid of a decision that was. And it definitely felt that way. Like,
yeah, it's kind of fucking. I will say I'm not mad about this outcome. Debate community is gonna get boloed. Everybody, like, dude, everyone we've had people like Moist Critical say it. We've had like Keemstar say it. Like, they're like, yeah, this debate community shit's fucking weird.
Yeah. I mean, it's unfun.
So it's like good.
They're super toxic. Like, it's bound to happen.
They kind of deserve that shit.
Oh, I was on another server where I basically had said, like, this is why, like, I don't mess with a lot of the crowd inside like this community, because like it makes no sense. Like if you're just gonna sit around and be miserable all day and listen to people yell at each other over shit like this, like why be associated, especially when they're just gonna dox you afterwards, like. And the people at the top of it are just honestly like fuckos. Like it sucks to see, it sucks to watch, and it, like you said, they built this. It's funny because these are two of like the larger figures, not the biggest by any means whenever it comes to like Clyde, but like Seth specifically built this. He even built some of these other dudes' careers in terms of getting there. Like he set himself up for failure, and like I don't know, I don't know how any of this is like a surprise to him, if that's true, like, or like if this shit is true. Like you shit on everybody who helped you out because it was like lol funny jokes, and like you're upset that they like blew up on you over it. Like I just feel like there's no thought put into this whatsoever. But yeah, I don't know, man. I couldn't believe this shit. Like this was genuinely wild, and I don't really know what the end game is for all of this, other than like let's have everyone destroy everyone. But needless to say,
yeah, no, this is gonna drag on for a couple more weeks at least, in terms of like immediate people making content on the situation. Usually with how the news cycle works, things don't last that long. But in our community, like anime, comics, power scaling, nah, this is a stain.
Yeah, and certain things even in the community outside of that last for fucking ever. Like there'll be debates that literally go off for weeks, like constantly. And this is like the biggest, probably like meme that's happened inside the community so far. So like, of course this is gonna last for like a long ass time. And the worst part is it's not even good content. It's just people being shitty and suffering consequences for it. Like it's hard to even cover this shit because it's so like down to earth.
Like, a lot of this shit could have been avoided too.
Like that's what I'm saying. He set up himself to have all these problems, and all he had to do to get there would be like just not be an asshole. But I mean, I guess he just chose violence. He saw the renegade option and he pulled that trigger fast, man. Like I don't know, dude. It's just wild to think about it. Once more, for all our newer viewers. Be sure to check out the comment section, the live chat, and tell us what you think about everything going on, man. I'm curious to hear your opinions. I'm going to read off some of these goons' comments down low.
I looked like this situation, unfortunately, made me look like brilliant because I've like always preached to coffee shop members, like, yo, yeah, like there's going to be something like this that's going to happen because of how the community's built, so we stay away from it. And all of them have.
Yeah, it's just not worth investing your time in these really hyper toxic places. If somebody's hyper toxic or anything like that, just do not mess.
Oh yeah, no, that would be wild if he dropped Naruto versus Ichigo.
That would be that would be hilariously meme, because I know Clyde had said he was already like effectively working on it. Like he was just gonna take over it if everybody wanted. And I think Omar, like the animator, was saying something similar. That shit would be hilarious if he drops it now, like everything he has or anything like that, just to meme out. That would be too fucking funny, dude. Holy shit. Oh, he naded me. Holy shit. Yeah, that would be pretty.
Dude, shout out to my animator,
True.
Daddy Baby.
True. He changed his name recently. What did he? Yeah, GK Combat. Like big facts, man. I've been watching his content for years, dude. He always makes really bangers.
Yeah. It's crazy because Lumos knew him before I did. Like,
yeah.
I was like, yo, I'm working with it. So he hit me up and was like, yo, I fuck with your content. Like, I think you're a really good scaler. I animate. Like, let's
make it happen.
crossover. I was like, dude, fucking sick. Yeah, I love animation. So I hit up Lumos and all the other boys. I was like, yo, look, I'm about to do some animated shit. And he was like, dude, I've been watching that motherfucker for years. I was like, oh shit. Yeah, he's lit, bro. He's the fucking man.
I don't know
That's
how many.
my goat of animators. Because he does my shit. Like, he doesn't charge me. He just collabs with me. He's the fucking goat, bro.
Like, the thing that really hypes me up about him is, like, I don't know how long I spent messing with his. Like, he had, like, a whole tournament arc he did. And they were actually fire. Like, power scaling aside and everything. Because I don't think he, like, collabed with, like, any power scalers or anything on those. Like, they were just really fire to watch and have him. And see how he, like, could effectively like blend two animes together in a really succinct way. It was really fire content,
dude.
But like, I don't understand how he could not manage to get that done with $10,000. Like,
that situation is crazy. I want people to consider this. So like, I uploaded. I don't know if Lumos can actually pull this up, but I uploaded this on my channel. Oh wait, no. G Combat. Can we plug his shit? Can you try to pull it up?
Yeah.
He has it on his channel, his battle, just the battle.
Yo,
like, watch this shit, and I need people to watch this because, what'd you say? You said link?
Yeah, link me. We'll rotate over to that.
1 second, let me find it. Cause he did this shit for me for free. And while yes, he was doing it on his channel, I'm just like explaining how you can find animators that'll do the shit.
I mean, I don't know what quality he wanted. He wanted like your fucking fate level fucking anime quality on that shit, and that shit's cool. But you know what? If you set the goal so fucking high that it's impossible to achieve with even with $10,000, which I know the amount for that is heavily like suspect, but like how that's so stupid. Like that's such mismanagement, man. Like how could you possibly put yourself in that situation? Being the guy who always brags about like how much money he has, like it just doesn't make any sense to me, man.
Yeah, I dropped the link.
All right, let me grab this bad boy.
Let's bless the chat with the reason you should like just be smart about who you collab with. I guess I don't know.
Definitely, if you get the chance, check out G Combat, man.
Yeah, G Combat's the fucking man.
Okay. Yo, can everyone in chat hear what's going on over here? Yo, let me know in the chat section down low. I want to make sure that I'm not goofing the old Discord over here.
They should have hit G Combat up. And a lot of this would never have been a problem.
Yeah, like, if something like this can happen, like, I understand you wanting to put all your time, effort, and money into something, especially if you really value it. And, yeah, you're, like, super triggered about, like, everything going on with, like, Death Battle and shit. But, like, if you don't even release it, guess what? Death Battle has you beat. Even if their outcome is fucking wrong. Like, holy shit. But, yeah, let's watch this shit. I love this guy. Shit, dude. He's so lit.
Juno, I'm close. I can sense Vader nearby.
Mad cool as well. That's my dog.
He's close.
I'm talking to him right now about like the storyboard for Hitachi Byakuya.
Is this what passes for Jedi now?
I watched this shit when it was coming out. It was hype as hell.
No.
Jedi traitor. You can't stop me. My power has no limits. Now the Jedi must be purged. They have no idea what's coming. Don't worry, you were dead when I walked in the room.
Stand aside.
This shit talking. Let's go.
Jedi scum.
I will bring your arrogance crashing down upon you.
Like, how is this not fire, dude? Even if we did use like this level of quality for their version of it, at least they'd have their idea out.
Oh, for sure.
Imagine if you hooked this guy up with like $10,000 what he could do.
Dude, as soon as I
now.
got that shit to toss around,
Like,
I'm throwing it to him. As soon as I got it, I'm throwing it to him. We didn't use voice actors for this. We could have, but it would have taken longer. He went with pre-made lines. Like, this is shit they've said before.
Yeah. God damn. The high ground.
Goodbye, my master.
Goddamn force,
It's a fucking...
like, this is G as hell. Like, how are people not, like, hyping on this guy in general? But, like, on top of that, like, imagine if they had something like this for Naruto and Ichigo. But, like, their infighting and whatever was going on with Seth just prevented that. And it's so
it's
sad
crazy to
see.
think, like, he could definitely get a little better than that for 10,000.
Yeah, if he was pumping money into him, yeah, like,
free.
Like, it definitely should be. If
And
that's
a little
the
better
case,
for
you know?
that would just be, like, more time spent on it, honestly.
Yeah.
So.
Like, I could just... I know if he's doing this just out of, like, the kindness of his heart, obviously he's uploading videos and stuff like that for it. Like, that's super dope. This guy's, like, at 97K, and he definitely deserves it. I think that if he was having, like, that much money pumped into it, I could only imagine the stuff that he could do as a result of that. And we watched that just utterly fail as a result of what was going on with whatever personal issues they managed to have between one another. And their whole thing is like, hey, yo, let's shit on like Death Battle because we disagree with their interpretation. Well, guess what? Like, I mean, you never got there. Sorry. Like, it sucks to suck, but like, you had that opportunity and you managed to shit the bed and not even make it there. Like, that's it's just so stupid. It's such like petty garbage. Oh, hold on,
Dude,
yo, are we still live?
I'm doing like, yeah, I think so.
Okay, I was just making sure I didn't get trolled. You're taken down for streaming that there for a minute. But yeah, it's pretty wild, man. Like, I don't know. It's such a shame to see everything like pop off the way it did. But I don't know. You got anything you want to say on the way out? We'll call it good here. I got a ton of people rolling in for sure. But I've got to drop this bad boy off and come back here in a bit with some with probably a different stream and see what we can do with that bad boy. But yeah, this has just been a wild experience for all my boys in chat, like chatting along, man, and popping off in the comment section. Tell us down low, man. Hit us with what you got. Who wins, Naruto or Ichigo? Yeah, currently Ichigo beats the fuck out of him.
And remember, everybody, and like, really remember this. This doesn't distract from the fact that we're getting a fucking Midnighter movie, dog.
Yo, let's go!
Midnighter's on the way.
Hey, you know what? That is definitely the icing on the cake for what we've gotten here for sure. But it's hopefully we don't get as much of this as time goes on. I'm cool with the community
for sure.
Being the chill, laid back community. It was before we started getting recognized for drama. Because if there's one thing I don't like, it's drama of all things.
For sure. Yeah, appreciate you having me on, man.
Yeah, for sure. Always good having you on, man. And as usual, guys, check out good old Jobbers and Goons on his channel down the way. Of course, like and subscribe if you have not already, because I know I have a bunch of people here that I don't normally have. And thanks for hanging out and while we discuss all this action. And with no further ado, I'll be back on here in a bit with the Omni-Lantern stream, and I look forward to seeing you guys here in a bit. Or do we keep rolling? Is that the question? Do we keep rolling? See if I can turn this over to the Omni-Lantern stream. You know what? If y'all down in chat hit me up, y'all give me some positive reception, I might just keep it going. I might make it happen over here. Let me exit around and enter this shit. But tell me what you guys think down low. What's the worst accusation against Seth currently? Yo, hit me with it. Hit me with it down low. I don't think I've heard enough of y'all telling me the big memes. Oh, Jobber says keep rolling. Let's go. Yeah, so the Omni-Lantern stream is me and a variety of other different lanterns just kind of memeing, hanging out, and talking about all sorts of different things. And yeah, it's pretty fire stuff, I'm not gonna lie. Yo, I'm getting hit up by a few different tubers. Good old Meta's hitting me up. What a G. I play some Destiny with him occasionally. We hang out. Who knows? Maybe he and I would cross over with some dank lantern scaling. Okay, let's see what else we got repping. I'm going to jump over to my Omni-Lantern stream. Let's go. Yo, I'm hearing lots of keep it rolling, boys. That's sounding like a big W right now. I think I might just edit some things over. Yeah, man, this drama has just been so crazy, dude. The fact that we're trending on as many things as we are is just as disturbing as it is, awesome. And I'm sure a big discussion with this Omni-Lanterns crew will most likely be everyone hanging out, everyone discussing all the crazy shit going on between these two goons over here. Yeah, this stuff has just been absolutely wild, to say the least, man. That is the worst experience. I can't believe I spent like fucking 8 hours discussing this garbage, bro. Holy shit. It'll be nice to sit back with the Omni-Lanterns and actually discuss different things going on, because yo, I have had so much Seth and Clyde and Noodles and everyone and their cat and dog like in my life today. Like, oh my god, bro, I am so ready for a change of pace. Yeah, Twitter is like literally on fire, boys. Like is on fire with what's going on with these two goons, dude. It is just like crazy as could be. Holy shit. Holy shit, boys. Yo. This has just been a madhouse. God, it feels like a fucking WWE matchup has been fucking slamming the chats, dude, all day. 8 trillion fucking people asking me if I know what's up with fucking Seth and goddamn what's his face, yeah, and Clyde, dude. This shit has been its own versus debate in the last few days between who people think are right and wrong and all that fun shit. Yo, it looks like I got the first few Omni-Lanterns rolling in here. I got Ivar coming in as well as my boy Reality Spine.
What up, Lumos? What up?
Yeah, it's been wild, dude. I've been streaming for like the last... it feels like 5 fucking hours, but I don't think it's been 5 fucking hours. I've been on streams all fucking day trying to deal with all the wonderful drama popping off. I don't know if you guys have messed with that at all, but it's been pretty whack. Been pretty crazy.
Oh, are we on right now, though?
Yeah, we are live, boys.
Yo,
Still live, hanging out with a few different people. It has been fucking crazy. Yo, chill, alright? But
oh my god, Wally showed up.
It's just been crazy as fuck, dude. Today has been a madhouse. I'm hoping this will be the end of the ultimate drama between everyone in the power scaling community. But you know what? If anything, I'll most likely benefit off of it. But I know most of these guys won't. These guys are trying to kill their careers in real time. It's like unfortunately impressive.
Just wanted to make it on the stream, and anyone who's watching, like and subscribe. Yeah, I got a dip. Peace, everyone.
Alright, bro. See you down the way.
Did you already start those podcasts?
Yeah, I just kept it rolling from our last little session, to say the least. Because I just got done talking about all the drama in the universe with good old jobbers and goons about that shit. That was pretty fucking wild.
Oh, like you should have told us like that you were going to start it early. Because I was just sitting here watching One Piece, like, yep.
I mean, to be fair, it does say I'm recording in there, but yeah. So I mean, I tell you what, since we're coming hot off the press with everything going on with good old Seth and Clyde, you guys feel free to give your takes. Have you guys seen or heard anything like that? Like, hit me with the hot takes.
I mean, I only saw a bit, but pretty much from what I saw, this dude was like grooming kids and making his mods eat shit for their titles, like literally. So I would say maybe aspire to be a grown ass man and not act like a fucking 14-year-old. Like, that's some 14-year-old shit. Like making somebody eat a turd on stream for a title in your Discord server.
Well, in the stream that I saw,
that's menace activity.
He was in the stream. He said
villain.
He was saying like, I didn't make him do it. He just did it under his own free will.
And then I gave it to him.
I was like, Jesus Christ, give this man a role. But then Keemstar brought up a good point, was like, okay, so
and the saga continues.
You condoned him doing that, and then gave him a role. No, what you should have done is, this guy is fucking crazy that he'd do that under his own free will, and kick him because you shouldn't endorse that. And I was like, valid.
At a certain point in time, you kind of have to ask, like, yo, if people are like going out of their way to eat turds for Discord roles in your server, maybe you should ask yourself, why are people doing that in my server and think it's acceptable? Like, there's no excuse for people to be doing that. Like, you're feeding into that mentality in a very toxic and unhealthy way.
It's just so fucking despicable and disgusting. Like, oh my goodness.
I don't know. I get criticized all the fucking time on my server, honestly, to the point to where it's kind of like triggering, because I'm very hardcore about what is said and what is like things I'll promote. Like, people nag at me all the time, like, oh, you won't allow me to say blank or whatever the case, and it's like, well, yeah, it's because of shit like this, okay? If once you endorse something, people will do it. People will go crazy for it. I think respecting hard work and determination are two of the more important things you possibly can do. Which is why, like, actually making shit happen on the server is something that's heralded as something that can get you more ranks. But too many people, too many other servers, especially in this community, they just normalize toxicity or normalize negativity. And I don't know why. And nobody does anything about it until they're caught. And then they're like, well, I mean, I didn't do it. They were just doing it, right? Like, and it's like, well, okay, but like, they're doing it for a reason. Like, somebody said it was okay.
So my thing is, like, you can obviously tell if somebody, like, wants to be a mod that bad and is willing to do it. Like, he knew what he was doing, bro. Yeah. Like, for him to pretend, I didn't make him. Yeah, obviously you didn't go through the screen, grab his face, and make him eat shit, but...
God.
Like, if somebody said that shit to me and was like, yo, dude, I'm going to eat shit to get a higher role on your server, I would be like, what is your issue? Like, what? How? Why? Like, I don't know why you think that would get you a role. It's not going to. But I don't even know how you could think that would work in, like, my server. You're crazy. And I'd probably remove that person from the server and recommend that they get off Discord if, like, this is the stuff they're willing to do to appease people online. Like, the appeasement of popular YouTubers or any famous person is always, like, pretty cringe. But, like, in these Discord communities, Like, they take it way too far. Like, way too far for what feels like no reason. And it's just sad to see the most prominent figures inside our community kind of, like, just promote these kind of ideas, these ideologies. It's wild. Yo,
That's
what's
why
up, everybody just joining us in chat?
Yep.
You and Jobber
Hey.
deserve a lot of credit for like I don't see anybody act like that ever on either of y'all's servers. Like,
I mean-
I've never seen anybody like even to that extent, but just like nobody really like wiles out like that.
Yeah,
It's
it's
ridiculous.
definitely just sad to see, and it makes everyone in the community look so bad, dude. Holy shit.
Oh yeah,
Before
absolutely.
the girl,
I mean,
you know,
absolutely.
it was, like I was only like scrolling through the video because I don't have 4 hours worth of time or whatever. So I would skip like 50 minutes at a time, and all I skipped to are like multiple people crying. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
No remorse, bro.
insane.
You're a power scaler, not God.
Like, I get that there's like a personality somebody has, like a really strong like personality whenever it comes to defending your points and stuff. I get that. But like, at a certain point in time, you can't say you've changed and then still have that personality. You know, like, you're no longer debating somebody. Like, you look, unironically, by being so strong, you look so weak within the context of the conversation.
Yep.
It's
That was
I
crazy.
barely have any words. This shit is, I don't know. It just feels like there's like a million layers to this whole thing that, well, I'll be frank, like I haven't been keeping up with too much, but like this turd stuff is like new to my ears. Like I thought it was just
Bro,
shit
yeah, I
and
read that and I was like,
Naruto, Ichigo thing. That project's not being carried out its fullest. Dang. I mean, honestly, at first, I just asked the question, why does this matter to me at all? Because, like, I mean, personally, I've always kind of been my own free agent. Like, I recognize that what I did align with the community. I never identified as being a part of, like, clan or something. But regardless whether I think about it or not, I'm still associated with the same community that houses people. So, I guess that in itself, I think.
Yeah, it makes everyone look bad. Like, if the president of a company comes out and he's saying like some real stupid shit, I mean, take for example like Elon Musk right now. You make the whole community look stupid. Okay? Like, I'm sure not everyone at Twitter is fucking crazy as hell and dumb, but you know what? It sure
look like it.
Yeah, it sure looks like it whenever the guy who runs your community is running around saying some whack ass shit, okay? Like, and he has to understand that, but I
got folded by Keemstar Vault.
Yeah.
yeah, that was another thing. I'll admit, Goons was right on that shit. Like, that was like the worst thing you ever possibly could have done ever in a million years was go on Keemstar. Why of all
Yeah.
places would you go on Keemstar?
No, he thought he had the rhetoric. He thought.
Well, he thought he could just debate lord his way through some shit.
Yeah, I
From
think he
what
took
I
a
heard, he was
situation and
just
took a very
right.
bad situation and made it a whole lot worse.
Yeah.
Going
Dawn,
onto a
did you see
drama
it?
channel, they ain't gonna handle your fucking ultra debate lord drama queen arguments. Like, they're just not gonna do that shit. And it doesn't help your point whenever you're saying like, lol, I've changed, but you don't feel any remorse for anything you've ever done. And it's pretty suspect what you've done. You just say like, oh yeah, I have mental health, but fuck them. Like, all right, dude, but like, that's not the W you think it is. Oh, fuck.
Absolutely
I say
not.
the fucking part, but I would never be like, oh my god, my mental health. Like, if you're gonna be a fuck 'em type of person, you have to keep that mentality. You can't be like, oh, but I was sad that time.
At least
in a bad mood, or I was feeling upset. Like, this man, he has what, 800,000 subscribers?
Yeah.
in my
I mean,
opinion,
Something big, yeah.
It's over 900,000.
Yeah.
Even
At
after all of this, like, you know.
Yeah. At least in my opinion.
He's lost 300. I mean, he's lost 30,000 subscribers in the last 24 hours.
That's a lot.
It was like 949k, I think.
Yeah.
The last time I saw it, and then just now it is 920.
Like, at least in my personal opinion, me personally, I think Seth fucking lied about that shit at the end. Bro, come on. He was saying his basically when Seth was giving his backstory, right? It was super identical to Clyde's. Convenient.
Jobber's over here copying my argument. I said it inside his server earlier. I swear to God.
Hey, listen, I know, but listen, I think most people should be able to at least see this, because at least I see it's like, bro, this is really convenient here. And
it's true.
Oh, yeah, and the fact that, like, what was it? Chuck in the beginning, also, I think it was, what was it? In Clyde's video, Chuck said that essentially Seth was the one who made that meme of, you know, the whole neck rope thing with Clyde. And then fucking Seth with this whole, basically, in my opinion, I think it's fake. This fake emotional story or whatever they're trying to build, or narrative, trying to appeal to the audience. Then he throws Chuck under the bus and lies and says that he's the one who made it. It's just so fucking manipulative. Like, oh my god.
It's pretty suspect, but like we've been saying, this guy, he's just kind of an asshole to everybody.
I mean, it's classic symptoms of, like, sociopathic narcissism.
Yeah. And he dug himself into a really rough hole and just thinks he can kind of moonwalk away because he's got, like, Chad energy. And, I mean, that's cool and all, dude, but, like, you're being, oh no, you're being, like, shit on for, like, being an asshole, and here you are in chat, like, being an asshole. But you say you're not. Like, come on, man.
Very simply, if you had just not talked about it and then just made your little video with your really thought out response and any way you could twist it and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Whatever. That would have been infinitely better.
Yeah. As I said earlier, jumping on Keemstar was the worst thing you could possibly do. And that honestly goes for both Clyde and him. He looked weak. He looked weak, not willing to sit back and, like, actually engage with like Chuck and all that fun shit. Which Seth did look strong going on as a result of that, but then, like, everything afterwards did not make him look strong. He looked pretty weak as a result of everything afterwards. But, like,
he
was
literally
just
pulled an Anakin Skywalker
drama,
in the middle, bro. It's crazy.
That's crazy.
You turned them against me. It was like, bruh. Are you serious?
You did this to yourself, bro. I'm just saying. Obi-Wan was like, okay, like Seth was like Anakin. Like, that's all I'm gonna say. It just fits.
And the worst part is that's all you have to say, because, like, it's just such a fucking shit show, dude. My god. I really hope that this is not the future of content for, like, people inside the entire scaling community. No one really took a W today. Everyone just kind of lost, and this is what things will be for a while. Like, as much as like, I'm sure I'm profiting off of, god damn it, this shit, like, it sucks to see this be what everyone's known for. I know I just keep repeating that, but that's, like, at the end of the day, really, like, all that there's left to it. It's just, like, everyone looks like an asshole. No one's really 1,000,000% innocent in this. And even the people who do manage to make interesting decisions to not make themselves look very strong within the context of shit. Hit pieces and stuff like that, I don't think are ever like, really positive. But, I mean, what do you do? Like, if somebody won't stop shitting on you and saying you're the problem why Naruto vs. Ichigo or some project you've worked together hasn't come out, it's kind of hard not to just be like, I mean, like, what do you do? Like, I don't know what I would have done in his situation. Like, there's no win con for him. So we had to do it, but at the same time, it's like, god damn.
I actually got a question for for the group here in the chat. Do you think this influence will affect Death Battle at all? I know they kind of like separate themselves from the main scaling community, but under like term, still are related.
When you say affect Death Battle, like, what do you mean by that?
I don't know, like all all this, like kind of all this drama, like how you said before. It's, gonna like affect all.
Oh, we also like think about it this way as well. You know, got like in the more recent death battles, they've just been saying things were downstream from Seth, from like Seth and Chuck videos from like 6 years ago. They're just like, yeah, this is how it works.
What do you mean by like effect? I think like in what field is more like a more interesting conversation to have? Because like, does any of this directly affect them? No, they're not going to give a fuck about any of this. None of this. They're not considered in the debatosphere or like in the like they're in the versus battle community, but they're not in the debatosphere or like in the scaling community, which I think those two are kind of more like solidly known for. So
yeah, I was only kind of asking this question because in terms of like in a way they are separate, like in terms of like overall they are the main. They're basically like the Netflix of the power scaling.
Yeah, if it does, I think it'll be very slight. If anything, it'll drive more people to them. As crazy as that sounds, simply because they're not running around having allegations made about them. At least not yet. I mean, you never know what the future holds, bro. I didn't think we'd be here, but it is what it is.
This shit's fucking
Oh my god,
insane.
could you guys imagine Death Battle on Keemstar?
Oh my god.
Think about that, bro. That shit would be comedy.
I wouldn't
Bro,
be surprised.
As a death battle, like they're not even asking anything about the Keemstar is just calling out their scaling. Not even talking about any allegations. He's just
That shit would be fucking
Oh, what do you think about the
hilarious.
term outer verse?
That shit would be super comedy to me. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's in a weird place. Like everything to do with this is just in an odd place currently, if I'm being honest. What does this mean for the future of like scaling in general? I think most likely it means that we're gonna see a lot more individual creators kind of pop up who hopefully aren't as fucking insane or cause as many problems or as many dramas. And hey, you never know, the Omni-Lanterns might make it big as a result of the day. That'd be pretty dang. But clearly the people in leadership right now are not effectively doing their job.
Yeah.
And it's showing.
Really badly.
Yeah, like in a very unfortunate way. And I really hope that as time goes on, we manage to find some fucking way to like change the idea of what it is to be a scaler or anything along those lines. Like, I know that Jobber over here and I have talked about this a lot. The idea that the community sucks because everyone's either a super hardcore text debater or they're like this ultra edgelord debato sphere like asshole who like isn't interested in actually having a conversation. They're just more interested in like just hearing themselves talk and being an asshole in the conversation than rather actually like engaging with you. So
For sure.
this is like Seth is unironically like the prime example in that department. And it's finally just nuking the community. And I'm so happy we're fucking done with or at least I hope the next arc we're on, that like the debate community's been on Edgelord arc for like fucking 10 years. I'm hoping that we move away from that into a more like actually interesting discussion type of meta. where everyone's goal is not to just like murder one another or ruin their careers or ruin their relationships in the real world or affect their real world or dox people or like all the horrific shit that this community is known for, because no one wins in that situation.
Yeah. And this is a fun hobby for anyone to get in, so shame that newcomers especially have to find this shit out the hard way.
True. Like, I joined Seth's, like one of Seth's Discords at one point in time, and I joined in, and like the first few things that were said to me were just like slurs, and it was like, yeah, fuck that shit. Like, I can't believe this is the big community. Like, this is the guy who's defining this content for us. And like, I'll admit, I don't really know about like swags or let's see, or like Clyde's. Like, I'd never really been associated with them directly or anything like that. But I don't know, man. Like, the fact that was what that experience was like kind of defines why I separate myself from those groups, because I'm not gonna sit around and attempt to associate with people if that's what their goal is, or like that's what they think is the cool thing to do. Like, fuck that shit, dude. I got better shit to do if that's the case. And hopefully that's what people seek out after this. Yeah, is it cool to dunk on people? Yeah, does it look badass if you're capable of doing those things? But I've said this many times to people behind the scenes, it's easy to do that. If you really want to be that big of a scumfuck, like, you can do that. I used to do it way back in the day, like in 2015-ish. But like, I stopped that shit because it was like, yo, I'm just beating up people who have like no fucking clue what they're talking about. And that's like easy.
Like, how many people you gotta bounce their skull against the ground and then be like, okay, if I'm Michael Jordan and I'm just going
playing
to like
street ball.
Yeah. You know, unlike in every movie that has like a basketball player in it where they try to shoot a shot and then it misses, I'm like, no, that's not how that works.
I don't think it's cool to just walk around and beat up people who have no idea what they're talking about and try to make yourself sound cool as a result. Like, I mean, cool, but if at the end of the day, if you're just yelling at them to prove you've got a better argument than them, like, at a certain point in time, you just gotta look at yourself and be like, well, am I just like beating up kids? Like, lol. Am I just beating up people who have no idea what they're talking about? And if so, that's not really like accomplishing much. Or am I actually going into servers and finding people who are genuinely intelligent and then just not engaging with anything they say just because it's fun to do? You think that's entertaining? Like, if so, like, more power to you, but like, that's also stupid. Like, you're not really winning if that's the case either. So like, if you're just doing it to newcomers, like, okay, that's on you. If you're doing it to experienced people and you're doing it, you're not like actually having a discussion with them, you're not actually engaging, you're just like basically just memeing, yeah, to prove you're quote unquote better or right or whatever the case is. Like, oh, I mean, good for you, I guess. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, what the fuck?
You know, I think a more productive thing to do to like replace that energy, but actually, and I think it would maybe even bring in more attention to our community, positive light, is to like teach people more, you know?
True.
Like make the vibe of our community like, hey, did you have like a favorite book or novel growing up? Hey, are you into like Harry Potter or Percy Jackson? We'll come have like all these cool discussions about it, and like, oh, what if Percy Jackson met freaking Kratos? I mean, he'd get swamped, but you know,
true,
like, stuff like that, and then like it would lead on to like, it would just lead them further into the community. Like, hey, to do this, like, gotta learn a little bit of scaling. You're like, hey, which system? Hey, do you want to learn this? What's that about? You know, just more and more actually productivity, and like just tearing people down.
I think too many people put too much emphasis on dunking on other people because it looks flashy. But at the end of the day, like, okay, so you dunked on him, like, cool. But were you telling the truth to dunk on him? No? Okay, well, like, that's not really a W either. You're just lying to, like, make yourself sound cool. And if that's you, then, like, you do you, but that don't mean I gotta enjoy it. That definitely don't mean I have to enjoy that shit. But yeah, I don't know, man. There's too much of that shit going on in the current meta of things. And if that's where we're at, which unfortunately, based on this entire conversation, it is, then like us as a community have to start holding people accountable. And like that's something that it can't just be one person to do it, right? Like I'm sure Clyde had a lot of good intent like happening within this whole experience, but like it can't just be Clyde. It can't just be whomever else, you know. It's got to be a large group of people, and we all have to realize that like holding each other accountable in a lot of different ways is important. Using the truth as a viable source of information or a viable like structure is more significant than anything else. And if people are just memeing and just trolling around, just call them a debate lord and move on. Like if somebody's just not actually engaging with your saying, I don't see harm in looking at them and be like, okay, well, like I'm wasting my time with you. On to the next one, you know, like.
Yeah.
But yeah, just I don't know, man. It's so wild right now.
Yeah, Lumos. Do you think with the? I think here's another pretty good question. Do you think maybe not exactly like the most it's a positive thing, but also like maybe not the most important thing? Do you think that kind of with the fall of like Seth, you know, do you think like other parts of like genres will be like opening up bigger than like and what the usual stuff we're known for, like Goku and Anna?
I think that
other mediums will open up.
I think that a lot of the people who are associated with, I don't think they're all going, because there's going to be some writers who are rather ride or die inside that community. That wouldn't surprise me at all. But like, I think that it's going to open up everyone's eyes to potentially seeing more people and wanting to work with more people. I've always said that like everybody's good in a field, and Seth, as high and fucking mighty as he is all the time, thinks he's just the best at everything. And as Jobbers and Goons earlier said it, like, yo, like, he made a Star Wars video that was like one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen in my whole life.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
you can't be, and you're not. Like, I could probably try and move over to other like content, and I'm sure I'd be good at it, but like, unless I invested a massive amount of time, I'd probably never be like the most top tier person within that specific field. I can give you ranges and I can give you ideas, but that doesn't mean I'm the best. And Seth doesn't think that way. He just thinks I'm the greatest at everything ever because I know people who are. And it's a shame to see that mentality. But you were saying, Ivar?
Yeah, like that Star Wars video, I think I've told all of you about probably, to be honest. He did no research. There's no way. He put Revan at the bottom of the Jedi tier list. That's his strongest form.
Damn.
And
bro,
he put dudes with no feats above him. He put dudes with no feats above Vodo Sios Bosk. He had never read a fucking thing. And his Sith video, he put Darth Maul like multiple tiers above Darth Bane. It was like, dude.
Hold on. I think I might need to I think I might watch it. No, I don't think I might need to rewatch this shit. But damn, was it really that bad? I remember, like,
it's
0
bad. It's really bad.
It's like every time like that thing gets brought up by like anybody, like it's just like a crime against humanity or some shit.
Dude,
damn.
He had like. Okay, so Vajo Press was in the same tier as Darth Maul. They were above Exar Kun, Darth Bane, Revan, Malik, and a bunch of others. He didn't even have some people on the list.
Yeah, it just.
And then this whole top tier was just anybody who had fought Grandmaster Luke.
That needs to be a debunk vid into itself, for you,
Eventually,
Ivar. But like, it's just one of those things where you might think you're king of the world, but especially people who like very heavily experience this stuff or like work in this stuff, like clearly, to be like a great within that one specific field, you've got to be really good at what you do. You can't just listen to somebody else's opinions, which is verbatim what he did within that video, if like good old Jobbers and Goons is to be believed. Because like he said, he reached out to him for like knowledge inside Star Wars and said, well, I can't listen to you because my friends said you're scaling, or because you're mean. And it's like, well, okay, but like, look at the scaling you got in the end. Like, look at the scaling you got in the end, bro. Like, come on. But I don't know, man. I just, even if it's bad take, I can respect bad takes more than the worthless drama we're getting as like the go-to shit like that we're trending for now. Like, this is not what I want to be known for, and it's honestly just bad vibes like all around. God, this Seth shit is so bad, dude.
Should we talk about something else, boys?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely can. What else we got on that? What else you guys want to talk about this week, huh?
UC popped off, right? Recently?
Oh, yeah,
I've been wanting to talk to people about that all day, but every time it's Seth.
Seth is. Oh my god, Seth the programmer, have you seen the drama? Okay, so what you hyping on this new DC slate? For those who don't know, an entire new DC slate of movies was dropped by James Gunn this week. I believe yesterday, and it pretty much covered everything that he plans on covering inside the DC how much the online universe, but the DC movie universe, and it's looking pretty interesting. There's a variety of different things, both movies and like TV series that are coming out. Some are W's, some are like total fucking losers. But what about you, Tig? What are you excited for? What's the big memes?
Oh, the Lantern TV show, I think that's a great idea. Right? I think that's a great idea, not containing it in one specific 2-3 hour movie. No, make it a TV show. We can travel to different planets. We can have interesting stories and stuff like that without the constraints of time.
Yeah, I always think comic books are better whenever it comes to like TV series versus fucking movies. It's so hard to fit so much content into like 2 hours.
Yeah, unless it's an extremely short comic, right? That one whatever creatures thing looked interesting, like the animated series.
Creature Commandos.
That shit looks like fucking garbage, dude.
That looks like fun.
That shit looks like garbage,
anyway,
dude.
Dick loves garbage.
Bro, they got Frankenstein as the lead. What?
Yeah, too bad that's the one character I recognize from that franchise.
Okay, that's fair, and I have nothing else to say about it.
Okay. Oh, you might be dogging on Creature Commando, but right, we got Waller coming in.
I have a little bit Waller.
I really don't care about Waller. I'm gonna be honest.
What do you mean? Waller's gonna be so hype.
Waller's a bitch.
Why is she hype? Tell us why. Is
because we can do like a bunch of cool Suicide Squad stuff, and her like finding out who Batman is, doing all this cool stuff.
Tick, you are excited by the simplest things.
Yeah, I am. Bro, I've been eating out of the.
Guess what? That movie fucking sucked.
Well, you know why it sucked? Because it was written badly.
You think James Gunn is the answer?
It's better than freaking Zack Snyder.
What I will say, hey, that is a low bar. But what I will say is that I think Waller could be good, depending on what kind of avenue they take, because Waller was probably the best thing inside that any of the Suicide Squad shit, dude. She's like a cold, ruthless government fucko in everything we see her in. And honestly, I'm not sure the goal of that is going to be making her likable.
Oh no,
like
that's
for
the
sure.
point.
Yeah,
Make her evil. Make her doing bad things. You know, We got to do the wrong thing for the right reasons type thing.
Or worse yet, yeah, you could see why she has to do all the fucked up shit she does is because most of the time when we see her, she's just dealing with the Kiros or whatever the case may be. It would be curious to see as to like why she has to be doing what she's doing or like what set her up into that position. Am I gonna like suddenly turn around and be like, oh my god, Amanda Waller is my favorite character ever? Well, like no, but something diving into that couldn't be. I don't think it would be like absolutely horrendously bad or anything like that. And even if it is still probably better than anything we've seen from the fucking DC.
Now, like imagine with the first Superman movie, they introduce like Blue Beetle does a bunch of random stuff, and it's like, wait a minute, what happened there? And then Superman does a bunch of random stuff. It's like, what? They blew up. Ooh, get somebody on this now. You know what I mean? Like, I think that could be.
There's some potential there, but it really does depend on how it's done, right? Like Suicide Squad had potential.
Yeah.
It did not live up to that potential, in my opinion. Like, there's things you can genuinely do with that story. It's just the execution on it was so subpar.
I'd say the second one was good, but we have different.
Both of them.
The first one sucked. I don't like that one.
You know, I'll agree on that.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm pretty sure your opinion, your hot take was that you didn't even like the second one most.
Yeah, facts. That shit was garbage.
Wait, what second movie?
Second Suicide Squad movie.
Oh, I didn't even see it.
Yeah, it was so good. Ivar didn't even take the time to go see it, bro. Think about that one. Think about that. But
to be fair, I haven't gone to the theaters in about 3 years.
It's okay.
Jesus.
I mean, you don't have to. I ain't gonna tell you that you fucking got to or anything, but that's just been out on fucking everything ever for like 10 years now. But I don't blame you for not seeing. Was not that attracted by the first one. I fell asleep during the second one, so it is what it is. But I am pretty excited for Lanterns. I hope they don't fuck it up. They've been hyping up this shit for like 12 years. The thing that really triggered me is they said the guy who was working on it before wanted to make it too much of a cosmic opera, and so they said, fuck that shit, let's make it a detective show. I'm not gonna lie, that's like the worst news I've heard ever. Okay? But at least the Lanterns are getting something. It's like steps in the right direction.
Call it a detective show.
Because if I'm talking Green Lantern, I would gladly take a cosmic opera because they kind of deal in that shit. Like, detective shit for the Lanterns is like, yo, Ring, who did it?
Yeah.
The fucking Ring tells them who did it. So
they
like,
don't actually do much like searching.
Like they do, but unless it's like some real fucking
Bro,
crazy ass abstract
they'll
shit,
do like a few
like,
panels of them like going through like some mysterious galaxy, but they
Yeah.
won't like. They're not like people will expect some like Batman shit. Like no.
like if we're talking like, it's just goddamn, it's so frustrating. If we're
It would
doing
be so hard to do.
If we're doing like detective stuff, it should be like, hey yo, the Guardians, like a new part of the galaxy just popped up. We don't know why. We don't know what's going on with it. Go investigate it. Like that shit could be Green Lantern stuff. But they're talking like a detective show on Earth. Like there's gonna be
Are they
something on Earth
bringing,
they're not gonna be able to like figure out somehow. Like,
Are they doing Ryan? Are they bringing Ryan Reynolds back for you?
I don't think we have any evidence of that. I would heavily doubt it, considering how much it tanked. Like he tanked that entire, like that first Green Lantern has such a bad like taste in the mouth of everyone that I would heavily doubt we see any return of him, like
Well, we
whatsoever.
should have it as like a funny meme, and it's like him just like, man, this guy's dead. He got a bullet through his head. I wonder how that happened. It's like,
I think the advertisers are so scared of that show, they're not gonna be down to make funny meme. Like it's that cursed, dude. Like to advertisers and shit. I really do feel like they are not going to touch that shit at all.
Blue Beetle's cool.
Was Blue Beetle on that list?
Yeah, it's the first movie for some reason. That's the only problem I have with Blue Beetle being here. I'm just like, why are you first?
I watched the interview with him. He did not mention Blue Beetle at all.
He literally did, didn't he? God, am I like dying?
You are.
I thought he had Blue Beetle on there. I swear. Hang on.
I watched the video where he talked about it. He did not mention Blue Beetle at all in that video.
I thought he showed a picture of Blue Beetle and he.
He was like Jaime Reyes.
Okay, I swear to God, I watched that shit like 3 times. The one from Twitter, unless just the one from Twitter didn't have it, then like I don't know, man.
Yeah, I watched the one on
I'm
YouTube.
gonna watch it right now.
Blue Beetle, huh?
Yeah, watch that shit in the back, and I'm curious to see what's going on.
Anyway, just that's kind of neat. But Booster Gold show. Thank you. I'll be taking that.
Oh, man, where's the Guy Gardner show, man? Where's the real show?
He's so mad. I wouldn't be surprised to see him show up inside the Lantern series, like as a that would be like their meme shit instead of like Guy Gardner show up. Because he's popular to
The
hate.
only way DC can succeed is if they make a Superboy Prime movie. Series.
Hey, guy,
Or just letting him beat the fuck out of everybody.
So like the problem with Prime though is you have to cover so much content to do them accurately, and I don't think they could ever do a Prime accurately. It would suck to see Prime on there is like this whiny kid who just gets like Naruto talked down in the end. Like that shit would hurt to see Prime, like their interpretation of Prime. I've seen how they do interpretations of characters, and sometimes that shit gets scary.
Yeah.
I mean, the first concern is money. Oh, no surprise.
Yeah, and if you're doing Prime, dude, you gotta have like every character ever like fight this guy, otherwise he's gonna be like lacking the energy he normally has. I don't know, like I'll admit, Creature Commandos and shit like that. That shit is not like going to.
It's an animated movie, to be fair. Like,
yeah,
they could just
like I'm not as pumped for that.
Okay, yeah, here.
Like the Supergirl run. Like I don't think I'm not hyped on Supergirl or anything like that.
I'm gonna go ahead and post this.
Oh shit.
Or like lobby or whatever or general.
Yeah, just post it.
Here it is. Paste. Like he mentions it right after, so it goes Shazam 3, Flash, and then that's the reset point, and then Blue Beetle's first, and I'm like, why?
Is that hillbilly still
Hey
playing
everybody,
Shazam?
I'm James Gunn. I'm the
Okay, pulling this up, and hopefully you don't fry me alive for covering this shit.
It's at like 105, like 1 minute.
Yeah, yo, is that gay hater still from playing Shazam?
DCU and then into
What?
Aquaman 2, which leads
Nah,
directly
it's like literally like a
to
statement.
the DC universe. Then to move into
Man's a
Blue
fucking
Beetle,
sack of
fantastic.
Oh, okay. He didn't even put up a picture or anything like that. That shit was like 3 seconds long. My god.
Bro, I was just saying, like,
God damn, I guess I did just potato out and miss that shit.
No, I wasn't tripping. I was looking for. I'm like, where the? I swear to fuck. I
Like
heard
the
him
rest
say
of
it
them, they like
somewhere,
actually focus on. They like
Just
pull up
like,
a picture
yeah.
or inspiration or anything like that. But he was like, yeah, we're doing Blue Beetle. I feel like the stuff that they're covering there is shit that was already established, so like they don't really have a choice to not do that shit. I guess. Like I don't know.
They already paid the
But
actor, so all right.
I think Jaime Reyes could do really well, especially since they're trying to hit up like a lot of diversity within the content of characters that they're doing in the current moment. He could be done well, but I'll have to see that one. I feel like they're just trying to compete with what the hell is his name? Miles Morales. I really feel like that's all they're trying to fucking do is compete with Miles Morales.
Spider-Verse 2 is gonna go crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Please don't mess it up.
I don't know. I don't fucking get the hype on like the craze behind Miles Morales. I kind of hate young, dumb, stupid like superheroes and stuff. And I feel like they're really overplayed. So it's like, oh, they're just stupid and don't know any better. And it's like, okay, well, I mean that shit works for like the first like run with the character, but then after that, like it has the Spider-Man effect on characters where it's like let's just keep someone stupid forever because of memes, and people like them when they're young, dumb, and stupid, and that kind of hurts a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. It's like it's hard for me to stay attached to a character who's like perpetually 15 and stupid.
Well, yeah. Well, I'm just saying, like, I'm not like a big like Miles comic reader, so like, or at all.
Don't worry, no one is. But yeah,
the movie is legitimate gas. You know, he needs to grow from there. You know what I mean, and get better.
As anything like the comics, he fucking won't. But yeah, I do agree. He should. Yeah.
It's like it is what it is. You know. Bada bing, bada bam. Yeah. Anyway. Anybody else got comments on this? I know I've probably knocked your ear off.
No, you're fine.
I didn't even know it happened, so.
Yeah, it was a pretty big one. They have like Supergirl.
Supergirl movie looks like it could go crazy.
I mean, a Green Lantern show sounds kind of gnarly.
I'm trying to think of.
I am very excited for Swamp Thing.
Oh, Swamp Thing was on there as well. Yeah.
But here's the thing. He said like, "Oh, we got this new project, Swamp Thing." Now here's the thing, though. It's not in line with DCEU, but it does connect to the DCEU, and I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? It's either not a part of it or is a part of it. What are you saying? It's like its own side thing, and then he's gonna be like, ooh, a portal, like in another movie, and he's like, hi, I'm Swamp Thing, I'm new here. Like, what does that even mean?
Yeah, I think that they are trying really hard to make it to where they can just throw anything they don't like to the wayside. Like, very clearly is that what they're trying to do. Like, they even came out and said, oh yeah, there's a Batman and Robin show that is going to be main continuity, but the Batman is just doesn't count. It's an Elseworld. Like, it's just another story out there.
The Joker, the Batman, all this stuff. Like, hey, wait, we like that thing. No.
I mean, it sells, so we're gonna keep it, but it's not gonna be canon. But we're gonna throw another Batman at you that is canon, and it's like, god damn it!
I have
like,
Damian Wayne in it. It's like, who asked?
Yeah,
for
that
Damian.
motherfucker said that Damian Wayne was everyone's favorite Robin, and I was like, bro,
Jason Todd.
I don't know about that, like, Chief. Like, I take Dick Grayson over him. And how the fuck do you do Damian Robin first out of all the Robins? Like,
yeah. Like, what if you did like a Nightwing thing, like where he's like the early Nightwing days, and then he's Batman with Jason, and then one day he's not there in the Nightwing. Like, he's like, where's?
Well, like, even before you get there, like, it's gonna be such a weird verse because we're just like skipping out on all the Robins, and like Damian's here. Like, we're just straight to Damian. We don't even have like a Batman like solo story for this Batman.
Are we gonna skip to Oracle? Are we just gonna skip to Oracle? Is she already gonna be in the wheelchair?
Yeah, it just. I'm not saying it's impossible to do. I'm just saying it's weird to do, and it could be good for sure, but that's gonna be interesting.
Really is
to see them try to make that work, because I don't know. I get a lot of criticism because I'm always like saying like, yo, that shit should be more like the comics, and like I get that. Like, I understand not everything could be like the comics, but I swear it's like these guys go out of the way to try and make shit not like the comics at all. And it's like, bro, you have some really good source material here. Like, you could make this shit happen. But
not true artists like me.
You just want to take credit for everything in your verse, and like, I get it, but that doesn't mean it's gonna be good as a result, right? Like, you're trying so hard to make sure that you get credit for everything that the original context or content is kind of getting lost as a result. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not very excited for it. I'll go watch it just to see like how lit it is, but I'm not gonna tell you I'm like head over heels for it or anything.
You don't got it. You know, I just think the slate's interesting. I'm gonna have to see like what they, because if they can make it as good as, you know, Guardians or something like that, if they can just get it that good, on master.
And
I mean,
that's
make
that's
an
what
Iron Man 1.
Like that's what their goal is. That's why they hired James Gunn. Is they want those characters. They want Guardians of the Universe or Guardians of the Galaxy kind of esque characters, because they're dragging in a bunch of fucking no-name teams with the hopes that they can make them like the go-to like DC characters, and it's like characters no one gives a fuck about. For like any normal fan, like casual fan, has never heard of like the Authority, for example. Now I'll hype on the Authority because like my boy Midnighter's on there, and he's getting like on a team that's getting a movie, which is dope. But like the average person ain't never heard of that shit ever. That's Wildstorm shit, bro. Like no one's heard of that shit. Or like the Creature Commandos. Like okay,
Yeah, literally who?
Yeah, Creature Commandos. You don't know? They're the greatest team ever.
yeah, the Creature Commandos. Yo, they have Frankenstein on there. He's top. Like, okay.
And a freaking werewolf, like not even a specific werewolf, just a random werewolf.
Some werewolf. Yeah, it's like not a DC go-to or anything like that, dude. Like what the fuck? But it is what it is.
I don't even know if the freaking vampire is. I know they got a vamp. I don't even know if that's Count Dracula. It could be a random vampire.
I know there was a female shown in the image, but I don't necessarily know if that makes it canon. You know, like I don't know in that department. So I mean, we'll see.
Splash in your opening, I think it was the other stream you did with him. It was like the age of the feminists has begun.
Yeah, like I don't know, man. It's a whole lot of weird, and I really hope. It would suck to see the most iconic DC superheroes unironically become like backstory characters, because even like within the context of the Avengers, like the Avengers were really popular, right? Like Hulk and Thor, like they're mainstays inside the verse. Wouldn't it be fucking crazy if down the road, like the Authority unironically winds up becoming like the face of the DCU, or like heaven forbid fucking Creature Commandos?
Like what if it's good though? It really matter if it's good?
Yeah, it would suck still, because like Creature Commandos shouldn't be better than Superman.
Wait.
Shouldn't be better than like any of the Justice League members.
If Superman is A tier and Creature Commando somehow works its way into S tier because of the writer, right? That's not its fault, and it shouldn't be blamed for that. It's just an S tier show.
I wouldn't notice how I wasn't blaming them. I just said it would suck. Like the greater context of things within the DCU would suck. That would show you how fucking desperate we are right now. That Creature Commandos is outdoing Superman in terms of writing, or Wonder Woman, because she has her own like TV series popping off, or like God forbid like the Lanterns, for example.
Literally, Doom Patrol is better than Creature.
Yeah, like
Doom Patrol was pretty good. Like
it would just be so fucking unfortunate to, like, for that to be the reality we're in. Like,
I don't know. Like if everything is good, but this weird wacky thing over here is just like really unique and cool, I don't think that's a bad thing. Like, at all.
It's not bad for Creature Commandos, but it sure as fuck is bad for DC as like a whole.
But why?
When you think of DC, what do you think of?
Think of Superman. It was first. Think of Batman.
There you go.
First.
Yeah, so whenever you think like, yo, I want a movie surrounding like DC, you don't think like, man, I hope Creature Commandos should be the guys at the fucking head of that, right? Like, it's not that I want misfortune upon Creature Commandos. It would just be so upsetting to like come to the reality that the main DC heroes are actually not viable in the meta.
What do you mean? If one is A tier and one is just like S tier, is it just
no? You're assuming one is A tier. Have you seen the fucking history of DC? Yo, this shit ain't A tier, okay?
No. In my hypothetical, just engage with it. So say Superman is A tier.
Okay, but then all the content's good, right? If you have a good Superman movie, then like the problem, you're not having an issue there, right? Clearly, if you're having a Batman or Superman within the context of the verse, they should be the fucking top of the verse with how good their shit is. You should have your best writers and your best content like focused on them. I don't even think that's like a hot take, right?
Oh wait,
the best
you
people
put
should
on
not
your-
be working on creature commandos if that turns out to be the case.
You give some of your best, right? And then these E-tier guys that try something new, and they make something great. You didn't think they could do that, and they just do it.
Nobody's gonna watch Creature Commandos.
I
For the
am.
love of God.
I
Okay,
am.
if
That's
you're
because
watching
you have
it
too
like
much time on your
cool,
hand.
like if you're watching it like cool, like more power to you. But my original point is, it would suck to see DC get whittled down to fucking creature commandos as like a successful property over like Batman or Superman. Because they're supposed to be the ones who are like the fucking guiding light for DC, or even Wonder Woman. Look, I'm not crazy about Wonder Woman, but like a Wonder Woman show should not be bad because they're the Trinity. Those are the guys who hold DC together. They're the three most important characters inside the entire verse. If their characters' shows are ass and fucking Creature Commandos winds up being better than them, no hate towards Creature Commandos, or whatever the fuck it is, but that's fucking dumb. Like, we're in the ultimate negative world if that's the case.
Why are you assuming? I'm saying if it's an A-tier good Superman movie, but this thing is just S.
Hold on. Maybe you didn't hear me earlier, so I'll reiterate again since you're clearly not hearing me. If they happen to both be that good, A-tier to me is like a 9 out of 10. Okay, if they're both that good, then fucking dope. We got a dope Superman movie anyway. It would kind of suck that Superman wasn't better than fucking Creature Commandos, but
why?
That's not like the
more-
end all be all like territory for me.
Why would you not want more good things?
I want more good things, but Creatures Commandos is not important whenever it comes to good things to me. I
Okay,
think it should
cool.
be good things
So
for
wait,
anyone.
somebody turns and says, "Here's Booster Gold." That should be bad because it shouldn't be Superman level.
Nobody's
Lantern-
saying it should be bad. Hold on, nobody's saying it should be bad.
But it shouldn't be Superman level, so it should be worse.
I'm saying if you're going to have writers make content for DC, the best content should clearly be. Fuck. The best content should clearly be Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. I don't think that's a hot take, right?
But why are you stifling artists? Like, say if they just make something that good.
I'm not. I'm saying they're fucking stupid if they don't put the best people on Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman.
So you put right the best people,
Hold up,
right,
Pick,
and then
you're
the B
having a
team
whole Pick argument right now.
runs up, and they do something great, something you never expected them to do, and become the A team.
Yeah, it would be unfortunate for the greater context of DC for that to be the case.
If they're both equal.
So do you think they're going to invent like a new type of cinematography or something, Tick?
No, I just think that they can.
No, he just thinks it can be super good, and in this hypothetical, it is super good. If everything is super good, A and above, there's no complaint for me. I'm gonna say this for like the 17th time.
There's
okay?
also no way it's going to beat it in ratings. Like,
Okay.
nobody's going to go watch fucking, what is it, Commandos?
Yeah, Creature Commandos. But like, if
Who's
Creature
it
Commandos
Creature
winds up
Commando?
being
Maybe
the
one
best
character.
DC has to offer, that's not the DC universe is effectively failed at that point in time. If it's like the best, right? And I'm talking when it's the best, it's like there's a huge barrier between like the Trinity and Creature Commandos. Like even if it's good, I'm not hating on Creature Commandos individually. I'll say it again as I said it earlier. I'm not blaming Creature Commandos for being good. I'm just saying DC from a much larger standpoint has effectively failed, right? The DCU has failed if that's the case. Because if their only successful property happens to be fucking Creature Commandos, a literally unknown group of random losers, and that's what's popular, like DC is fucked, dude. That is like the ultimate nightmare scenario for DC in my eyes.
That's the worst case scenario. And my scenario is like, yeah, it's good. They're both good.
Okay. I addressed they're both good scenario. I literally said that wouldn't be the end of the universe or anything to me. Like it'd be like whatever. Like it'd be a little frustrating, but like if Superman and Wonder Woman are still like A tier,
it's
because they're Creature Commandos. They're like random fucking losers.
It's
give them a chance.
Publicity.
Hold on.
It's
If I had
good
watched it
publicity.
and it was that good, then I would have clearly, logically given them a chance already. Right?
Yeah, but you're like, oh, but then that's just a bad thing. What if this guy just makes a good show?
Hold on. I'm not.
I didn't expect
Tick, I need
Arcane
you.
to be-
Tick, I need you to pull your head out of your ass for a second, okay?
Hey.
I'm not saying that
Gotta have.
Creature Commandos will be bad if it's good. I want you to think about how dumb that statement is, okay? What I want you to acknowledge is if Creature Commandos is indeed a good show and everything else is mid or bad, that is a nightmare scenario.
That would be a bad
Okay.
thing. Yes.
Now, if everything's good, why would I complain? I mean, it would be kind of silly. It'd be kind of stupid for sure that Creature Commandos is better than like a Superman movie, and I'd have to admit that.
Why?
Like, that would be pretty stupid. But like, it wouldn't be that concerning to me. I'd be like, I mean, whatever. They're both good regardless, right?
Tick, why are you so stuck on Creature Commandos?
I don't know.
He's arguing the dumbest shit right now. Like, I don't understand it.
What do you mean right now? This
I'm
is
just-
normal behavior.
I'm saying. You're saying it'd be dumb if they made a good show. And it's like,
No, that's not what I said. I'll say it for the 19th time to make sure you're not being as stupid as I think you are right now, okay?
Nah, skip
Yo,
this, man.
if
Come
Creature
on, bro.
Commandos is the best show they have to offer,
okay,
that's the problem. Because Creature Commandos should not be at the forefront or vastly superior to Batman or Wonder Woman or Superman ever in a million years. Because that
Why not?
shows clearly the talent didn't go to the right people. Because
Well,
when
they just had a talent for making that one specific thing. You made a Superman movie, we all think it's.
You didn't
That's good.
hire the correct people to make Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman.
No, you didn't.
That's what you'd be
hired-
telling me.
No, you hired the right people.
No, you
Batman and all
didn't.
that stuff.
If they
But we
didn't,
saw
if it's not
and we-
good, then that's not the case. They hired the wrong
But
people.
if it
Tick.
is good, but
Tick,
this thing is
you're
better.
not listening to a word he's saying.
He's not. He's so raged out
Nah,
over fucking Creature
you're
Commandos.
doing your normal thing and letting like, okay, so right, let's say Creature Commandos
farting
is
right now.
like, in terms of actual like grading, maybe better. It won't perform higher if those shows are any fucking good. If Creature Commandos is the highest rated and viewed show by DC, they are effectively.
They've already failed. Yeah, the series is like the DCU reboot.
That is what Lumos is trying to get through.
the
your
greater context is failed.
gargantuanly thick skull.
Gigantic, bruh.
Like
Gotta believe
Wolverine
this.
is jealous of that shit.
Bro, why you gotta be me?
Because you have been acting like a retard for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, you fucking whiling over fucking Creature Commandos, okay? Like if Creature
all
Commandos
the
winds up being good, then like sweet. But if Creature Commandos winds up being better than Superman or like Wonder Woman or like the new Batman coming out, like that shows me that there is a large scale failure happening in DC to where they didn't find the right people for the job unless it was like the irrelevant random shit. And that's not a good look. That's not the look I want DC to have. I want them to be putting all their efforts in making the iconic heroes of DC viable. Because you know what? Thor sure got a pretty goddamn good treatment inside Marvel. Like Captain America got a pretty damn good treatment inside Marvel after the first movie. Tony Stark, a guy everyone hated, I mean, albeit one of the core members of the fucking Avengers, still wound up being iconic in terms of how they represented him. They found talent to make those things happen.
Yes. And they
DC
made
should
Guardians.
not be any different. Yeah, and I don't think that like, I don't know if you thought that was like a W or something. Guardians being as prominent as it was, like, hurts because they suck. Like nobody read them before
don't.
fucking. Yes, they do. Literally nobody ever had read. Besides the most hardcore fans read Guardians of the Galaxy before those movies came out.
So James Gunn took something that was unknown and he made it better, and then things got better.
Yeah, and Hulk didn't get a movie.
Wait, hold up.
That's not Gunn's fault. that's Marvel.
Okay, true. They took somebody who had the talent to make movies and make characters iconic and placed it in the wrong characters. I have no issue with Guardians of the Galaxy being successful. That's not the argument I'm making, even though you constantly keep turning that on me. The argument I'm making is the talent's in the wrong places, and that sucks. I wouldn't want that for DC. I want DC to be... Like, I love the Lantern-based content, don't get me wrong. I'll be here all day trying to say Lantern should be, like, the best shit ever. But Lanterns are the second generation or like the third set of characters you would introduce after Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman. They have to be successful, because if they're not successful, they're not going to be able to sell you on the characters that come afterwards, right? Look at the Snyderverse. Look what they fucked up with the Snyderverse.
People are going to be lining up for the kidnap commanders.
Whatever the fuck their name is, Jesus. But like,
I don't know what their name
The
is.
creature Wimbos, bro. Like,
I just don't think that focusing so fucking much on... Like, I know why they're doing it. They can profit off of it because there's been no merch or anything like that made for, like, these random loser groups. And I can respect that. Like, there's hustle there, for sure. But...
like, what if you made those random loser groups not random loser groups and made them
okay,
better?
I'm okay with that, but they have to do that with fucking Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman first. Because you know why? Everyone thinks they're fucking losers after the Snyderverse. Nobody likes them. Besides a bunch of angry people on Twitter. That's it.
People still like Batman.
I gotta head out, boys. Have a good night.
Alright, be safe, bro.
It's good to see you.
Good to have you on the Omni-Lanterns podcast, bro. Like,
goodbye. I will see you guys next week.
Oh, God damn, I stepped in the wrong place. But like, if you think that people were hyping on Superman in the last trilogy, who are you talking to?
No one hyped on Superman in that trilogy.
Exactly! Superman is the DC figure, the most popular out of any DC character.
It's not my fault that freaking they hired an idiot to produce it.
Nobody's saying it's your fault. It's DC's fault. That's the people I'm attacking.
So James Gunn hires the right people to make a good Superman, like, because we got to see if he can actually make good DC films. One thing, you know.
Okay.
He made Guardians. That's all right. It's like, all right, cool.
That's true. Notice how my criticism this entire time, if you want to sit back and listen to me for 2 seconds, my criticism this entire time has been, if Creatures Commandos is vastly better than any of the other content being produced, mainly the Trinity. They have to get the Trinity right to be fucking around with lesser characters if they actually want to do DC justice. Creature Commandos are not bringing the big bucks to DC right now. Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman are the guys who always bring the big bucks to DC. Just don't fuck them up. That's all they have to do is just make them good. If Creature Commandos is good and Batman, Superman, and friends are good, dope. That's not an issue at all. But if only Creature Commandos is good and everything else is mid to bad, that shows me that, guess what? Gunn shit the bed really fucking hard.
Yeah, that would be L.
Yeah, so that was my argument the whole time. He kept saying, but what if Creature Commandos is actually good? It's I don't even wish any harm on Creature Commandos. I just don't think they're worth a fucking damn.
Well,
I have to see his interpretation of them first, right? Because I don't judge things before they're out. I'm just saying, yo, it's a bunch of unknown characters that I, as a diehard DC Comics fan, I know one of them. That's upsetting. That's disturbing. That that's what they think is a W, or that's what they think is worthy of covering. In the Generation 1 of DC characters is a bunch of random unknown losers. That's not what I would go for. I would rather have fucking Plastic Man out there than I would fucking Creature Commandos.
I want Plastic Man.
I wanted that Plastic Man show that they were that got leaked and then didn't end up happening. I saw some slate or something earlier. I was like, oh, it's fake.
I just ask a general question for everyone. Oh my god, everybody's gone. But if right now.
See, they heard Creature Commandos and fucking left. But yeah, go ahead.
Okay, that's understandable. But you're gonna talk to James Gunn right now, and you're gonna say, "I want this movie right now," and it's gonna be awesome. Okay? Just forget. Okay, maybe forget it's James Gunn. What movie would you want on the slate right now?
It's not been announced so far.
It's not been announced. No. Do you want most of all? I need this guy on the big screen right now.
that's a tough one, man. I really feel like people were hyping on Martian Manhunter with like the Snyder cut. If you really wanted to go ham and try and appease those fans, I think that would be the way to do it. Martian Manhunter is always like a consistent character for the league too, so I don't even think it would be that crazy to do him. So yeah, that would probably be what I would say. Or Firestorm. I think Firestorm could do really well.
Yeah.
That could be a great TV show. It's like the two like minds, like the early parts are kind of like a more psychological thing. It's like we're melding the minds, and then eventually it's like one solid consciousness. Ooh, a little artsy, you know?
Yeah, I think Firestorm could do really well. I mean, you could learn like a lot of life lessons, because I know the young stupid superhero is like really popular with people, and I think that it could do really well, especially in like this time frame specifically. With like a mentor sitting there with him in his head, always kind of letting him know, like, yeah, you probably should be like doing this shit.
Like you're gonna knock that building over, bro. Have you never like took a math class? Like no. Yeah. Like cool. What you vibing with?
Yeah, what you think, huh?
I'm actually looking at the list right now. Not exactly vibing with creature. Apparently, it's an animated TV series.
Yeah, it's like a cartoon.
Okay, that would even be more of a shame. An animated cartoon series. Waller? Literally a whole show dedicated to
Amanda Waller, yeah.
Really?
They're going for the obscure crowd so they can make themselves properties that haven't been established, but yeah. They're trying real hard for it.
Paradise Lost is the Wonder Woman thing.
Oh, neck pop.
Raven the Bold is the Batman thing. I'm probably looking forward to, if it's none of the main trilogy, I'm looking forward to Swamp Thing. I think that'd be cool. Definitely, I know that I haven't watched the TV series. I think it got deleted off HBO or something, one of those platforms. So it's kind of hard to watch, but I heard it was like really well enjoyed.
Yeah,
I do think the whole like swamp theme, like definitely, I think that really capitalize on some of the horror aspect more than and kind of make that their thing, other than Marvel. I mean, they tried with the multiverse of mid, but it was a flop. Like I was not prepared at all in any sort of kind of way.
Well, like they have to get characters in the universe before they jump into the multiverse.
Yeah.
They gotta do a fucking decent movie before they jump into the multiverse.
Really, like I would have waited like at the very least 5 movies before multiverse stuff. Even like hinting at it, but that's the thing when it comes to like just time movies. They cost money, but I think at least if you're willing to like invest in quality, I think that it'll show, you know, it'll be what sells. They don't seem to get that, I guess.
Yeah, they just try to go for what's the most commercially acceptable, and unfortunately, that's not always trying to appeal to everyone simultaneously isn't positive, isn't good, and too many people at the higher ups can't see that. All they see is, well, we need to appeal to more people, because if we appeal to more people, then we'll make more money that way. And that's true to a certain extent. But if you try so hard to appeal to every single crowd, eventually you please no one. So why not just appeal to the original content? Because clearly it was successful on like a mass scale. But I mean, what do I know? I'm just a guy who talks about shit online. Like, I doubt these people give a fuck about what I'm saying, because it's not 100%. proven in a fucking
lab.
Yeah, like a lab certified fucking scenario, dude. These guys, they only care about statistics and fucking raw data and polls and shit like that. So they've become so inhuman with whatever they invest in, and that's become more and more frank by the content that's being made. Take for example, fucking Velma. Okay, like
metrics show that this will be said. No.
yeah, everybody pissing off people seems to get a lot of fame. So what if we just make a show that pisses everyone off as much as we humanly can? That's bound to be successful, right? Like everyone hates it, and yeah, it's got shock factor. It'll be valuable for like one season simply because everybody was like, "Oh, I hate this," but no one's gonna care. A second season got greenlit, but like no one's actually gonna care about any of that shit. Like, come on, man.
I'm going episode by episode with that, and each episode is just more Like the originals were like, whoa, that's shocking, and then you're just like, yeah, I'm used to it though.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Like,
read.
That's what this is.
I'm gonna read some quick chats from some of the crew that's been hanging out with us down low for quite some time. Yo, we got Kingsley and Marco crew being a big fan of my boy Reality Spine over here. He says he's a chill YouTuber. That's a pretty big W. Yo, Lost Soul says the Justice League should be the main course and Creature Commando is the appetizer. The appetizer shouldn't be better than the main course. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like we got a lot of like comments in terms of like the DC stuff, which is pretty goated. Yo, Gravity Titan says lanterns. Let's go. He's got a theory as to what the Lantern show will lead into, which is true. They've said that that's supposed to lead into some, like the Lantern show is supposed to lead into some larger mystery for like everyone to deal with down the way. So that's going to be pretty interesting.
First big, like, probably like the Crisis movie or something, whenever they eventually do that, or something, like some event.
Let's see. We got vegan student saying he's given up on DC movies being any good and given up on Marvel since essentially the big since like they reached their peak. Yeah, getting all sorts of comments coming in over here. Hero King, I do have a Discord. DM me about that if you're still hanging around. My tag is inside the comment section. Just make sure you let me know on here what exactly your name is on there. Yeah, looks like we got a bunch of different things going on.
I really want a Reverse Flash movie.
I really want to reverse Flash the current course of things, and it sounds like the new Flash movie might be doing that, so you never know.
Also, please get Ezra Miller out of here as soon as he's on with that movie. Get him out of here. International criminal gets to be in the movie.
Yeah, that shit is wild. Ezra Miller really needs to chill his shit out. Like, I ain't gonna lie.
Needs to go to jail. He kidnapped some people. Like, what? When did we just start letting people walk away with that?
And unfortunately, shit like that takes time. I'm sure the courts will get to it. Just courts take a while to process events, unfortunately. And I'm happy to be done with him, to say the least. Like, I didn't really like him in the newest Harry Potter runs whenever he showed up, and I'm so happy for like a different slate. I'm just so ready for things to change. Okay.
Change, people.
Yeah, I'm ready for fucking DC to actually be good. Like it does suck to see in the current day, like DC falls so far behind Marvel. Like, clearly I'm a big DC fan. I cover a lot of its content more so than anything else, but like it just sucks to see them suffer so bad and be struggling for so long.
I mean, this is the perfect time to like strike because like Marvel's jobbing pretty hard, right?
They're definitely hitting a rut, and they're definitely triggering their fan base pretty hardcore. So if ever there was a time to pull a W, it's now. But the problem is, it's not really going to be now. It's going to be the next like 5 years or 2 to 3 years before they actually can get something off the ground, which is honestly just kind of unfortunate because they're going to miss out on so much time. Like, Marvel has time to correct itself and get its shit back together. And DC is probably going to struggle getting there, in my opinion. They're on an uphill climb, and it's going to be tough to say the least.
Shazam 3 needs to. Yes, I don't have any confidence in the Flash, and if they can just get Blue Beetle and make it good enough, like make it, at least B tier, it'll be fine. Like if they can just get, something off, you know what I mean? That's pretty good.
I don't know. I'm looking forward to seeing some stuff pop off whenever it comes to like the content going on with DC. I was really surprised to see we didn't get a mention for a Joker movie, like a follow-up Joker movie.
Oh, it was on the bottom. Like the Joker 2 is coming out eventually, but
was that like the Batman 2 focusing on like the Joker?
No, we're getting the Batman 2, which will probably have the Joker in it. But then we're gonna get Joker 2. It's gonna be a musical.
Like I've heard about the Joker 2 musical memes for quite some time. I just haven't. I don't know. Maybe I just missed it in that review. I already missed the Blue Beetle thing, so it wouldn't surprise me. But like, it just feels kind of weird, I guess. The Joker thing, like, I mean, he's always been very whimsical and very animated, and I don't think it's that big of a deal, if I'm being 100% honest, that it is a musical. But it's all on how you do it, like that, like how you choose to approach that shit. Because like the whimsical kind of nature and attitude of like the Joker in like the animated series and stuff was done incredibly well, and was incredibly well received. But like executing that in a good way, I think, is going to be more difficult than most people think.
It's just gonna be interesting. But yeah, like we'll probably get the Joker and Batman and Brave and the Bold or something. Either that or be like Ra's al Ghul doing some nonsense. If we're gonna do like the whole Damien plot line.
Yeah, with Damien, chances are it's them.
Maybe Court of Owls. Maybe.
I'd be down for Court of Owls, but I don't know if that's something that I don't know if that's something you could do in a movie, if I'm being 100% real with you. Like, that's some abstract shit that takes quite a bit of time to actually perform.
Yeah. That's like something that they need to start sprinkling up over like the movies, being like, what is this? Like, there's just a random dead guy over there. I didn't kill it. Like, Scarecrow's like, I didn't kill that guy. He's just here.
That's what I'm saying, is like that shit is so hard to do effectively whenever it comes to like just like a movie. Like comic book shit is always better whenever it's series. You try to make it movie and you just have to shorten these really long stories, these really long form stories into such short like moments. And it's hard to do it effectively, I guess, more so than anything. But I don't know. You guys got anything else you want to talk about? I think I have a streamer for like a good few hours now, so I think I'm ready to pop off and do my thing. Unless you guys have some more action you want to talk about.
So the Brave and the Bold is different from Robert Pattinson's Batman?
Yes, the Robert Pattinson's Batman is an Elseworlds story. So they're basically just saying it's somewhere out there, but it's not going to be on the same Earth as everyone else, because that's a good idea.
They make him the Batman who laughs.
I think that's a strength that DC still has held on to. Is that kind of I think it all kind of started with the Joker movie, being an Elseworld kind of stuff, but yeah, like I definitely think it's a good way to like diversify content and not like just directly just start to get into like this everything's connected in a cinematic universe kind of way. But it's still in a way thought up of like, yeah, that's in a different universe.
And those can be like more artsy and more like passion driven. Like I hate to say that because there's a lot of passion that goes into stuff on the blind, but corporately it's like But, like, imagine they're like, we don't want to deal with the Justice Society in this universe. We'll just put it in the Elseworlds. Somebody, you want to do World War II superheroes? Go ahead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that could be cool. Like, storming the beaches of Normandy with Superman. I don't know. Could be interesting.
I mean, you'd never be able to do it with Superman, because then you'd be saying Superman happened in that age, and if you do manage to say that, then like how is Superman that age in the current day? Like so many questions start fucking popping off with all that shit.
No. I mean, in the Justice Society Elseworlds thing, it's like, oh, it's over there.
I see, but I don't fucking like it. I don't know if you're gonna be able to do that and make it effective. Like, I'm flat out just gonna say that, because most normies aren't gonna be able to understand that, especially when we're all like these diehard comic book nerds who know about this shit, and that's just because we're so plugged in, right? We're like so plugged into this shit. Most people don't know and or care about like the fact that it's an Elseworld story. Like, they're just going to sit here and be like, yo, it's stupid, why isn't Robert Pattinson Batman? And like the main continuity stuff. That's all you're gonna hear people complain about. And so I think
don't know, they haven't complained about the Joker movie yet. Have they?
That's because G hasn't shown up.
Basic bitches.
Oh wait, if they don't complain about the Joker, because like they'd be like, wasn't he during like the 80s?
Okay, yo, if the Joker shows up, what are you gonna say? You're telling me no one's gonna be like, why isn't Joaquin Phoenix the Joker? Every single fucking person ever is going to.
Joker showed up in Todd Phillips' Batman.
Yeah, there's already people asking that. They're like, you just proved my point in real fucking time.
Sure. Then they stupid. Like, don't care for them stupid.
Well,
idiots.
they're casuals. They're not gonna know. And guess what? You can say that, but that's 99% of people who watch that fucking media, because there's not that many comic book fans out there, or diehard comic book fans like us.
Like, if we're gonna have the whole mechanic of Elseworlds, we should be able to use it, right? It just explained that, like, more like, you know, in the movie, just be like, across the multiverse, what this happened, and then it's just the beginning of the movie.
I mean, that'd be dope if they did that.
Yeah, like, then it's like, okay, did you just not watch the movie?
They haven't, and we already have 3 established universes inside the multiverse that include the same characters.
I mean, I like the subtle way they do it. I kind of like how they're not like, this is all a part of a multiverse. I kind of like that, but not like you were saying, it's not really good for normie.
At least make a show like What If. We can just do that, you know what I mean? Be like, well, the reason it's not Todd Phillips is because it's What If.
And
you know what I mean?
The more like you take things into like, I think the animated side of things, people just disassociate animated content from like live action content. I think that's a good way to kind of experience those things. I think What If did a really good job of that. But the problem is that most people just aren't gonna be able to pull. I just don't think it's going to be done very effectively. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It's gonna be very rough if I have to guess, man. Like, at one point in time, we had 2 separate Batmans, 3 separate Jokers, before like everything to do in the main continuity got like officially canceled.
Jared Leto, Joaquin Phoenix,
and the dude inside the Batman.
Yeah, I can't remember that guy's name.
Yeah. And we have not established the multiverse or anything like that up until this point. Like, if you're gonna do it, go in on it and do it. But they're not going in on anything, which is like the major problem, or like the major issue.
Yeah.
But the casual side of things is going to require some level of you negotiating and just saying, hey, this all happens at least in a shared multiverse, if not just, yo, it's all in one verse, right? If you're gonna do the Justice League, you need to have them all in one fucking verse. Yeah. Otherwise, you're gonna wind up getting a movie like the Justice League that is like really bad, where you try to do 8 fucking origin stories in one story.
I think he's trying to do like, I just read New 52, and then he's like, oh, what's this? Oh, this is a free whatever, and he's like, oh, I just had a light bulb. Wait, these guys, wait, does this Superman come in later and meet another Superman? Oh my god, I have an idea. I think that's...
Is it kind of like Dark Side War? Like, they just happen to all...
Like, in the original New 52 Justice League run, yes, like, they all come together. But, like, the difference is you have entire, like, side stories that are happening simultaneously to that take place before it to explain all these characters to you. They don't have that inside, like, DC. Or, like, inside the DCU. Like, that's the real issue.
Yeah.
Is that they just don't have any sense of cohesion inside the verse currently. And they need it. They're trying to build the top of the pyramid before they build the bottom of it. And you have to build the bottom of it first. Otherwise, it doesn't work. Like, it's not going to function appropriately. But
and then, like, you know, you got all these characters spread out, and it's like, oh, we have a 2-hour movie, but we have to spend an hour and 45 minutes telling you about everybody and their backstory.
Yeah, and that makes the movies really bad. That's why they each need their own, like, backstory. They each need their own origins and shit to make it work. Otherwise, we get characters like Cyborg from the fucking Justice League movie. Where it's like, yo, this character, I hate him. Because he has no development, no character other than I'm angry. And the reason why is I had no development. I was on screen for like 3 seconds, and because of everything happening, I have powers. And, like, I get it. Like, you only have so much time. But I can't defend that character as a result. Like, I should actually want to like Cyborg instead of wanting to murder Cyborg. I shouldn't be rooting for the parademons because of the writing.
Literally.
God, I hope that parademon rips him in half. God damn it! Wait.
Yeah.
Gears of War stream looking pretty dope, bro.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. I love this game, dude. I could bullshit about Gears of War forever. Speaking of properties that need to be movies, dude. Fucking Gears of War, dude. This is a slept-on property that I think could be really fire. And you already have the really strong character development and stuff like that. Like, you didn't have to do shit, bro. Like,
What's like like what would be like a quick synopsis? I know that might be hard, like, due to how.
oh, no. You could do that pretty easily.
Okay.
Basically, we are in a very, very hardcore, twisted verse where they spent, I want to say it was 20 years in war with a variety of different factions. And as a result of that, there was this scientist who effectively created something called the Hammer of Dawn. And it's essentially satellite weaponry that fires a massive laser down onto the surface and can wipe entire cities in seconds. This weapon was utilized at a very disturbing degree to annihilate all of the enemies of this core faction and force them to submit. Basically, everyone submitted to this group known as the COG, who had that weaponry. Well, not too long after this massive war had ended, in a dramatic fashion, all across the world, sinkholes started forming, and as like all these different like creatures and entities, some humanoid, some non, began to pour out of the holes and began taking over all of the land. That day was known as E-Day, and everybody, as they possibly as much as they possibly could, attempted to do the best they could whenever it came to containing these things. And oh my god, no!
So this is like, you're playing after E-Day then.
Yes, this is like 14 years after E-Day. The situation has gone to shit, okay? Like, things are so bad at this point in time. Like, within the first year, those cannons I told you about, those orbital lasers, they fired them on all the cities. And it is one of the most messed up things you could imagine. Because as they walk through those cities to this day, they just see like what looks like gray statues everywhere. And it's all the people who tried to escape this faction from underneath the planet known as the Horde. And they're frozen there. And you touch them and they fall apart into dust. Because the cannons basically destroy all the liquid inside all of their bodies. And dude, it is a brutally dark verse. And you have the shit like what you see here on screen that just managed to kill me. And like the Krill. The Horde just have like all this really dark and twisted shit going on for them. They're not like magic or anything like that in the extreme or anything along those lines. They're just a really messed up creature faction that's like pretty whack. But yeah, it's a really cool verse. What'd you say?
Are they kind of like Hollow Earth reptilian?
Imagine they're more stone than they are like reptilian, but they have like all sorts of creatures down inside like the Earth. It's not necessarily hollow, but there's a vast tunnel network that exists across the inside of it, and these creatures live everywhere inside there. And they essentially had fought themselves a way to get to the surface and are trying to take over the surface because the power source for everything on the planet is actually toxic. They use like this shit called, I think it's like lambent sea or some shit like that. And it is mutating creatures down there. And so to try and escape from them on the inside of the planet where this liquid is found, they decide to take the surface so they have somewhere to live. And it just creates a war between these two factions that is just unfortunately extreme because humanity is almost wiped out at this point in time. And the Horde itself is like fighting itself on the inside of those who are mutating and those who are not. It's a really crazy story, and it focuses on one of the main scientists' son named Marcus Phoenix. His father was Adam Phoenix, and his best friend Dom. And it's just nothing but tragedy. Everything sucks. Nobody has a happy ending because it seems like at every turn, every time they have a success, something arises that sets them 3 steps back. And the entire purpose of this first game is to deliver something called a light mass bomb into the center of the planet and basically nuke it with light because a lot of the creatures inside the planet are weak to light, including these krill creatures that just ate me alive, which is the biggest problem because as night occurs, they all fly out and they will literally devour anything that is not inside light.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a wild verse, man. But I could narrate about this shit all day. I appreciate everyone coming to hang out and meme on everything whenever it comes to the Omni-Lantern podcast here. This one's going to be a little bit shorter than usual. Actually, no, I think it's right around the same time. But I appreciate you guys for sticking back and hanging out with me. I know a lot of people already ditched, so I'll let everyone here, top to bottom, kind of give themselves an outro. We'll start with good old Funky up there.
Why am I at top? I'm usually at bottom. Anyway,
that's because we updated your name to F over here.
Pause.
Oh yeah, it's not. It's T. Okay. Yeah. Stay strong out there, boys. All this drama and everything like that.
Facts.
Stay strong out here. If you want to make content, don't be scared of the community. We got a lot of idiots,
but not all of us are bad.
Keep an eye out for it. You know what I mean? Make sure to call stuff out very loudly.
Facts.
All human beings here.
Next up, we got you, Realities. What you got?
Hey, what's up? What's up, chat? Yeah, it's not even just the stream. Today was quite a day.
True.
I don't possibly even you could say historic, but not quite in the way we all hope.
Not in the positive sense.
But other than that, at least trying to focus back, other things back on Omni-Lantern business and put some of that Seth stuff aside for the moment. I'm setting some stuff up for you guys to watch. Like I kind of put in my community post before. I'm trying to come up with like a video system, like multiple videos are like scheduled, so like you'll see them on the page, like one comes after the other. I don't know exactly how consistent I can be with this. I know it'll probably take a lot of work, especially for most of my videos, and they're usually the first time I'm actually researching something to begin with. But I promise you guys, it'll yield a shit ton of content. You'll just see like wave after wave of videos. Hopefully I can get this done. Definitely actually want to record something with you, Lumos, pretty soon.
Woo!
So like just something quick for you guys.
I'll be using chat.
You know, something that doesn't take me a trillion years research, or a book that has like 1,500 pages. But yeah, that's what's going on.
Hell yeah. What about you down there? I think we still got who else with us? We got Spicy Joe with us? Yeah, what you up to, Spicy?
Well, I think for like content reasons, right? I know I'm slow on making videos right now, and I do apologize for that. I overthink everything, and it just takes me a long time to, get into that editing software and start putting shit out there. But for right now, I'm collecting as much as I can. I'm getting calcs, I'm getting this and that. So just give me a little bit more time, okay? And I will be making bangers left and right, I promise you. I just need to keep collecting my scans. I have new things I need to read that I want to put on my channel, and I hope you guys really enjoy that. I have a lot of collabs with these wonderful people that I hope to do in the near future, and those will be bangers too. So, yeah, I'm on my way. Just watch out for it. I'll let y'all know.
Hell yeah. Well, be sure to like and subscribe to both myself and everyone. They should be in the comment section of this video if memory serves right. So go ham. Check out your fellow Omni-Lanterns. I appreciate everybody hanging out, especially those still in chat, because I know we got a few stragglers still hanging out and making it happen. That being said, I've been your host as always. I'm glad to have talked about everything today, including the ridiculous drama of Seth and everything. I hope Seth kind of gets what coming to him, because I don't like people who aren't very good people and don't treat their people well. And if there's one thing I try to do, it's treat the fellow homies as best as I possibly can, which is why we have stuff like this. So be sure to hit us up down low, like and subscribe to that bad boy, and as always, I guess I'll see you next time, Lanterns. Later.
Later.